Oh, yes. This is Goldar, and you're listening to Toku Secrets Podcast. Don't tune us out, tune us in.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Toku Secrets Live. We got a lot of stuff planned here today. Riz, Anthony, and I. We got a couple of segments we're going to be doing here, and second time live streaming. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Second time live for Toku Secrets. Third time live for Anime Secrets this year.
What was the other time?
Me and Frankie were up late at night, like super late at night, and we had to do Dragon Ball Daima reviews. And I told Frankie, let's just go live and record Daima live, you know? Oh, hey, Legacy of Nerds here.
Awesome.
Yeah, how's it going, brother?
Say, hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, I met him, oh man, it's been 2 weeks since NostalgiaCon. Dang, time flies, man. But yeah, thanks to see you again. I'm glad to see you drop by for a second. And let's see, we got our typical fan, Mikey. We got Edwin. Awesome. We got some fans in here, y'all.
Edwin Gonzalez, how you doing, man?
Yeah. So, how's everyone doing tonight? You guys ready for some fun? Talk to you two. Come on.
Yeah, definitely.
You might come to chat. I don't know. We're doing okay. Yeah.
No, I've been looking forward to this all day.
Yeah, I have been too. I've been looking forward to this for a couple of days. Ever since Zenith announced, yo, finale's coming. I was like, is it actually coming? Is it actually going to happen? When's it coming? But here we are. So, yeah, I'm glad they're doing it. I've just been waiting because the Rail Rider season is really awesome.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah. And
also, everybody who's watching live while we're kind of waiting, I posted this on my blog about how my wife got me the BMD Mach Robo. Well, here it is, completely unboxed. I'm in this new room where I am going to be doing a podcast from now on, and I decided to finally unbox this. So, yeah, this is fresh out of the box, like just 2 minutes ago.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
How do you like it so far?
Man, it's a good one. It's definitely one I'm going to look forward to doing on the Fandom Toy Box at some point.
Heck yeah. Getting some Sentai content again for the Fandom Toy Box. No more Transformers.
Yeah. And hopefully, my wife and I are planning to, we're actually planning to go to Japan together a little bit earlier than we originally intended, like hopefully next week. So hopefully when I come back to the United States from Japan, I have some Go Juter stuff to take with me. Because, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Go Juter stuff is going to be looking like. Because, so far with what I've seen with those suits, they look really awesome.
Indeed.
Yeah, they do look really awesome. I'm curious on how the others will look when we get them out, though.
Yeah. Although it does kind of suck because she was showing me some photos apparently of some places that are in Tokyo Station, which is where she got off the plane from, and there's a store entirely dedicated to Kamen Rider. There's an Ultraman store, but unfortunately, there's no Super Sentai store.
Dang it.
Yeah.
What? I call bull on that. That's garbs.
Yeah. Because even when we went to New York and we went to this Japanese bookstore, there was a lot of Kamen Rider stuff and a lot of Ultraman stuff, but there was only like one or two things related to Sentai I could find.
Man, I can't believe that. That's a tragedy right there. I tell you.
Yeah. But hey, like I say, 90% of Kamen Rider actors go on to be really big after they're on Super Sentai, but there's only you could probably count the number of Sentai actors that have gone on to be big on one hand.
It's just part of the genre, and people get very typecast, you know? Mm-hmm. It's the same with the Power Rangers, like actors. They get typecast pretty quick, so that's why a lot of them don't get gigs later on after. So
I know Neil Hyde has a really good career going on for right now.
Who?
He's in like Camille Hyde.
Oh, from RPM? No, not from RPM.
No, sorry.
Dinosaurs. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
And Kai from Lost Galaxy is a very successful actor these days.
Yeah, and I mean, even what's her name? Summer from RPM.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's big.
She's definitely doing big things.
I met her in New Orleans at a Comic-Con, probably in 2018, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun.
But did you know she was an actress for a Power Ranger role though? That's the thing. Did you know that or no?
That's why I went. That's why I went. Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't. I watched iZombie, obviously, but I was more into her for the RPM role.
Right.
Yeah. But
and some Power Ranger actors, I think I said this in another podcast, like the guy who played Chad on Lightspeed Rescue, you can call him successful, not in the case of the actor, but that's because he owns like his own stunt coordinating studio of like stunt coordinators and trainers. And it's a very high standard thing. Like they work with Taylor Lautner on Twilight, which, okay, say what you will about those movies. Those movies suck, but they were still big movies. So his studio is not just like his stunt coordinator company is not just some thing that like big studios would probably pay to have his type of stunt coordinators there. So he's successful even if he's not a big of an actor.
And then so what was his name? Joel's character from Lightspeed Rescue. He's definitely with a whole lot of movies.
And he's coming Ranger Stop and Pop.
Hell yeah. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm ready for
hot dog, right?
Anthony, you gonna come to see her?
I'm gonna try to. I really am.
Come on, man. It's the last one.
I know.
Last one. Next year, you got to come to San Antonio with me and Nate. Come on.
Yeah.
Make it easy trip. Go to Atlanta this year. Morphinomenal Expo. Only the best of the Power Ranger cons out there, in my opinion, because they got Sentai actors coming down.
Right.
So go on, Brad. We'll be there.
Like, aren't they family owned, Riz? Like,
I mean, it's fan owned.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if I'd say
something better than something that's fan owned. That's just a rule of thumb.
Yeah. No, so I mean, they're pretty awesome. I haven't been to their con yet, but I talk to the guys that run it fairly often. I actually met one of the guys who run it at NostalgiaCon 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and that was pretty fun. And speaking of that, I also met some really awesome Toku actors. I met the man, the myth, the legend, Captain Marvelous himself.
Yep, Ozawa.
I met the OG Sixth Ranger Sentai, Satoru Izumi, also known as Barai. And I met Kamen Rider Black and Black RX, and that was also epic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a fun time, man. I had dinner with them. I got the VIP dinner, and, dude, I still have, like, withdrawals of, like, I want to go back and hang out with them more. Like, genuinely, they're fun people. They're really good people. They're not like stuck up. They're not like assholes. They're cool people to hang out with, and I liked it. You know.
I mean, when I met Ozawa, he was a pretty nice guy. You know, it was a little awkward, but again, there's a language barrier, so you really can't. Now, granted, it was a little different. Like, he was actually a bit more comfortable talking with my wife because my wife speaks Japanese, but you know, but yeah, it was still a pretty enjoyable experience, and hopefully I can do one of those VIP dinners soon. I'm planning to do the one for Ranger Stop and Pop, but
yeah, I mean, we all are. That's part of our plan for next year. I mean, but the fun part for me was I got to sit next to Ryota Ozawa for the entire dinner.
Gokai Red. It's next to Gokai Red.
It worked out, didn't it? It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We talked. We had a language barrier, obviously, but it was still fun to be able to talk and nerd out about some Star Wars stuff and nerd out about like Sentai. We talked a little bit about like Super Sentai, but we talked more about like just personal life stuff that I'm not going to get into on here. But it was fun. I had a great time. But yeah, do we want to sift gears a little bit into our first segment of the night?
Yeah, let's do that.
So the first segment of the night will be Go's User's 50th little promo thing. We're going to react to it live, and then we'll talk about what we think about it. So,
first time we're reacting to something live, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it is, but it's also going to be really fun, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me see how I can set this up. Got the video here. Got the thing playing. And hang on. Let's go full Toku Secrets here, because for those in the audience, you're going to actually see us making our podcast live tonight as well.
Yep.
You get to see some of our fun stuff behind the scenes as we do it. But that also means you have to endure our intros once or twice. So have fun, deal with it. We'll see you on the other side.
Toku Secrets is a podcast run by the Anime Secrets website. Check us out at animesecrets.org for more anime, video games, tokusatsu content. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Oh, yes! This is Goldar, and you're listening to Toku Secrets Podcast. Don't tune us out, tune us in.
Welcome to Toku Secrets. Join us as we journey into the marvelous world of Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, and many other tokusatsu. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. It's Morphin time. Link to the Morphin. I'm Nathan Desai, the Dazzling Adventurer, Spoken Silk.
I'm Patrick Allen, I'm Shinken Red.
And I'm Rizwan Murphy. Go Kylo Red.
And I'm David Davis, also known as Tree. And we're Toku Secrets.
All right.
What's going on, guys? So this is our first segment from from live, and we are going to be reacting live, Riz, Anthony, and me, to the Go Juger trailer that just recently came out, and then we're going to give our thoughts. I saw this a little bit myself because it was all over Japanese news, including this one news app that my wife uses to get her news, and then of course she immediately sent me the thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out again and checking it out live. And I'm assuming Riz and Anthony have also seen it. So
yep. You know I have. Come on.
So yeah, for the first, so for people watching, you can enjoy us reacting to this live, and for people who are who watch this later, also enjoy the podcast. Let's get this on.
All right, let's do it. So I just want to start off by saying, first of all, I don't understand how I feel about the Sentai suit for Go's User just yet. So I thought I liked it when I saw the promo poster a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But the more I look at the poster and everything, I kind of...
You want to bring the poster up on the screen?
Yeah, give me a second to pull it up. But okay. I kind of get this feeling it's a little bit AI generated. It doesn't seem like it's made in the typical Toku way, you know? And I don't know how I feel about that, to be quite honest with y'all. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm pulling it up right now. Give me like 1 second to throw it on screen.
I don't know. It's weird because... when I'm thinking about like the other Sentai suit, so King Oger was the first suit I remember seeing because remember King Oger was the first Sentai that I watched as it was airing since Jew Oger, and so I remember. So
here you go.
I've been reacting. Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna see it. I've been reacting to like the suit appearances since King Oger when we started doing these podcasts. And when I saw King Oger, I was blown away by like how unique they looked. They looked awesome, really awesome suits. And with Boom Boomjer, I thought, okay, I can tell that this is going to be a bit more of one of those lighthearted Sentais, and I can dig it. But with this one, and I don't know how to say this, but it kind of looks like, I don't know, like, I know Super Sentai is technically made into Power Rangers, but these suits look a bit more Power Ranger-y compared to what's, I don't know, like, I get what you're trying to say about how they're AI generated, like almost like you put something into an AI machine and say generate Power Ranger suits, and it gives us things.
And I mean, okay, so let's be honest for a second here. I didn't publicly say this on our Discord or on our Instagram or anything because I was just kind of wanting to see how it panned out a little bit longer. But let me a second. Can I zoom in on this guy? Is that a... I can't zoom in enough, can I? Hang on. Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, so if you look at Yellow's hands, right?
Yeah.
When I first saw the image, it didn't look like human hands, and I was kind of bugged by that because I was like, did they really generate AI for the hands? Because obviously when you're doing AI, the first thing you look for to make sure it's AI or not is you're going to look for the hands, the fingers. And Yellow and Green have weird hands. So I was wondering, okay, did they AI generate it? Is this intentional? What's going on here? And then it hit me when I was looking back at like some Reddit post. Yellow is meant to be a dinosaur. I think it's meant to be like a T-Rex or something. So the hands would make sense for that. Yeah. And I don't remember what Green is. If anyone in the audience knows, please let me know because I forgot. But Green is supposed to be some kind of bird.
Yeah, I was about to say that part.
Yeah, so it makes sense that it has 3 fingers rather than 5. But that little doubt that I had going into it was just like, I don't know, man. It felt weird to have something look like this. It doesn't look like Super Sentai to me, and I don't know how to feel about that per se. You know,
here's the other issue. The more I look at these suits, and I think Anthony can back me up on this, especially with Green's helmet, doesn't it look and with the, I'm mainly talking about the shoulder and chest plate thing, kind of looks a little bit like Kamen Rider O's.
Yeah, I can kind of see here.
And here's the thing. I love Kamen Rider O's. It's still my favorite Kamen Rider season, but the suit, at least the base form of the suit, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about O's in his alternative forms. I'm talking about him in the people who have watched Kamen Rider would know that his Taktoba form. Like, especially Green, it looks a little too much like the Kamen Rider suit, and that's not exactly a good thing because I love O's, great series, but the design of the suit, I've seen a lot better in terms of Kamen Rider suit designs. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Wizard, but I think that suit is at least better than O's. So, yeah.
I mean, okay, so I like the possible gimmick they're going to do with this. If you notice the circles on the suit, there was for fan edits where people are putting in the Sentai symbol, like they'll put in a pirate symbol for Gokaiger, they'll put in the Dino symbol for Power Ranger or something.
Yeah,
and they're gonna say like, "Hey, we're using the powers of our Sentai seasons, right?" So that's a cool idea if they go with that. It would be kind of like a Gokaiger tribute in a way, and also like a tribute to Zenkaiser, from what I understand. So I think it'd be pretty cool to have that kind of gimmick if they go with it, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do yet. It's kind of left in the open for me, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I want to see these suits a bit more in action before I kind of get into them, but the worst case scenario with these suits is that they're just going to be like, at the end of the day, probably mid-tier Ranger suits for me. Like, I would never, I mean, they're not as epic looking as the King Oger suits, but they're not as, no suit is as ugly as the Battle Fever J suits, but you know.
Okay, that goes without saying, Nate. Come on, let's get creative here. Let's talk about other suits that
they're
are
not
ugly.
as bad looking as the Gosager suits. I hate those suits, so.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. There have been a couple of cases where I start off hating the Sentai suit for certain seasons before it airs. Most notably, and Zenith, I know you're here listening, but I did not like the Tokuser suits when I first saw them debut. Honestly, over the 10 years since it aired, it's been pretty awesome, though. I actually like them now. And then also Boom Boom Zero. I thought they were going to be terrible, but the suits are actually really cool.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I mean, the Boom Boomer suits are...
They grew on me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, they've grown on me. I'd still probably have them as mid-tier suits, but
yeah.
Again, I mean, they're at this point I really care more about the characters than the suits, and the characters are awesome, so they can
100%.
They can make me overlook how I'm still not a big fan of the Ginga Man suits, but everyone except one Ginga Man, and even then he's not a terrible character, is they're all great characters, so they can kind of override how the suits are.
Huh. That's a cool comment. Zenith is saying he used to hate the Pat Ranger suits, but now they're some of his favorite. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely agree with that sentiment. I understand why you say that, and I think it's a fair comment. And yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm hopefully going to be done with Q Ranger by the end of the year, so I'll have to see what I think about the Pat Ranger suits.
Yeah.
Although the Lupin Ranger suits look okay, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this trailer is pretty cool. It's just so in our history.
Yeah.
And I know people have been making a lot of comments about, hey, this is the 49th, but not the 50th, because they split Pat and Lupin Ranger into their own separate entity to make the count equal 50 this time. And some people are not a fan of it. I personally don't really care.
Well, here's the other thing. Super Sentai has done this before because with O Ranger, where O Ranger was, even though O Ranger was the 19th season of Super Sentai, I'm sorry, it was made to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Super Sentai. So I kind of so this isn't the first time that Sentai has done this, and I'm guessing in the case of with O Ranger, it was one thing because it was also kind of a way to ceremoniously welcome in Go Ranger and Jaka into the franchise, because remember, every Sentai before that they didn't consider Go Ranger and Jaka official Sentais. Then O Ranger comes in, and I guess they just decided, okay, we're going to accept Go Ranger and Jaka. So this was a way to celebrate the 20th anniversary while ceremoniously welcoming in Jaka and Go Ranger. And in the case of Riz, Mikey just said something in the in the chat that I'm pretty sure you're not going to like.
Dude, I'm not even going to acknowledge Mikey's comment with a real response. I will respond to Zenith, though, because Zenith is my boy. And I will say, I will respect your opinion, Zenith, on Gecko Ranger being decent in your mind, because you also acknowledge that Jungle Fury is a top 5 season for Power Rangers. But in case I haven't made it clear on this podcast in the past, I absolutely hate Gecko Ranger as a season, but that's a topic for y'all to go back in time to listen to our previous works, per se.
Riz, at some point we got to get just on a brief tangent here. At some point, I mean, I don't think he's active anymore, but if he ever were to become active again, we need to get Ricky Lehman, the guy who did the Onyx Tavern podcast, on, because he not only doesn't think that Jungle Fury is good, but Geki Ranger is his favorite Sentai. That'll be a very...
Nate, are you trying to do another bloodbath?
I am 100%, and that'll be fun to watch.
Okay, that's your prerogative. But yeah, no, I just thought we'd real quick give the comments on Go's user and the promo and everything.
But to say about the whole like 50th anniversary, that's what I was originally gonna go on to. I mean, here's the thing: 50th anniversary. That's a huge milestone for this.
Okay, Zenith, you're spitting facts, in my opinion, bro. You're spitting facts. Also.
Well, he also thinks that RPM is the worst Power Ranger season ever, an opinion that, let's just say, did not get him a lot of love, and maybe that contributed to it.
Yeah. But
to get back to what I was saying, 50th anniversary, it's a massive milestone, and of course they're probably going to want to jump on an opportunity to celebrate that, because this is a massive accomplishment for a franchise like Super Sentai. So, of course, they're going to want to jump on, celebrating the 50th anniversary as quick as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had to say about this. Nate, do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was our quick reaction to just taking a look at the Go Juger stuff. Definitely looking forward to it. And yes, we will be taking a look at it as it airs. Hopefully we won't have any lawnmower-esque experiences. Riz knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Anthony does too.
Yeah. Hopefully Go Juger will be good. We're definitely intrigued by it. So with that being said, for those who are still watching, stay on to check out some of our other stuff. But for everybody who's listening to this post live, we hope you guys have enjoyed this, and we'll see you guys next time as we continue the rest of our content. But until then, bye for now.
Okay, that was awesome. Hey, real quick question for anyone that can answer this real quick in the chat. Did we have the echo again on the video as I played the outro and the intro, or is that just like in the intro we had the echo?
So here's the thing. I could hear the echo when you played the intro from my end.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any echo when you played the outro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had echo on the intro. That was weird. Okay. Cool. Well, that's one thing down.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, guys. We should do this more often, honestly.
Zenith, when you say, I hope he parks somewhere he shouldn't and finds the cop, were you talking about the barkeep dude, Zenith? I'm just curious.
Okay. So let me shift gears over to Rail Riders episode 5. And we're going to watch this stuff live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Whoever called RPM bad.
Yeah. That was the barkeep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you complaining about him once before.
I mean, he thinks Overdrive is good. He thinks Jungle Fury is overrated and bland. And he thinks RPM is the worst season of all time. Like, are you trying? I want some of what this guy is smoking, honestly.
Also, real quick. Okay, so first I want to just highlight this comment. I want him to be frustratingly inconvenienced, and I agree with that. But I was just scrolling back up, and on Twitch, my boy, Skyro the Dragon, is here listening. He says, Riz is my favorite Sentai. Skyro, hell yes. I am your favorite Sentai of all time.
Sweet.
Yeah. No, Skyro the Dragon is
what would we call then? Would you be called like trying to think of what good name to call.
I got this. You're gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate it, but I got this. Charisma Satsu Sentai Rizazer.
Not bad.
I was gonna say Rizozer, but you
Rizozer is actually pretty good too. I like Rizozer better, honestly.
By the way, Aka, his podcast basically he basically stopped doing his podcast before Ninja Steel came on.
Yeah, he was done by like Megaforce, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he even
so,
did Megaforce. But anyway, yeah, I think Neo Saban killed him off. So hey, Rail Riders, the real reason we're all here, I think.
Yep.
And we're gonna watch this live. So we've never done a live viewing of an episode. So let's feel free to Let's feel free to have some fun with it. Like we can talk through it. We can pause. If you guys want me to pause it, let me know, and I'll pause it. We can talk about something if you want to do something like that.
Yep.
So let's make it interactive. And yes, we are doing some pre-planning live because none of us did any prep beforehand for this. Literally, I made an Instagram post saying we're going to do this. I texted these two guys and said, hey, we're going to do this on Tuesday night. And that's where it ended.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have no shame in saying so because honestly, it's been a heck of a week. And it's only Tuesday.
That's true.
And I had a hard time getting back home just to do this, so I'm going to enjoy myself right now.
Dude, hell yeah. We're going to have a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
But let's get into it.
Aka, the next podcast is still a surprise. Don't ask.
It will be, yeah.
All aboard, full steam ahead. Fighting evil till the end.
Hey, in the audience, can you hear us over the audio of the episode or nah?
Power Rangers to the rescue.
I heard you fine, Riz.
The call from your conductor and keep the shadows at bay. Force distance, railway, landing, non-stop action, sound on 1, 2, 3, go! There's not a thing that we can't do. You'll be me and I'll be you. Let's go, Power Rangers. Rail Riders go, Rail Riders go. Save the world from devastation. Light the way with imagination.
Perfect.
Let's go, Power Rangers. Rail Riders go, Rail Riders go. 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 Rail Riders go.
Okay, real quick, before the episode, I do want to make a note here to Zenith, because I'm going to forget to tell him later on. I think it was just hilarious. So, I'm sorry, but I have very little faith in your website to stay up long enough for me to have a live stream, given all the tech issues. So, I downloaded a copy of the Facebook video for the episode, just so I had a backup in case something were to happen. So, I'm using my locally downloaded copy of it from the Facebook. Because copyrights are being annoying, and I hate the copyright y'all are going through, man. It's so
right. Gotta love it.
Yeah, copyright, more like copy wrong. What are you talking about, Nate?
Copyright,
Right.
wrong.
There's his dad joke.
All right, let's get into it.
The Easter Bunny.
Done.
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 I want to touch him.
No.
You've been the goddamn Easter Bunny the entire time?
Zenith, that would
You
require me to
just
think ahead about
recruited
that.
5 teenagers with attitude to fight an actual demon.
To be fair, are played by 20 and 30-year-olds. Last time it was elementary school.
Okay, I love the Tokuja reference here with kids, and also to throw back to like how Saban hired 20, 30-year-olds to play kids in high school.
Yeah.
Both jokes work so freaking well. I love it.
So there were more before us?
Evil never sleeps.
And neither do children. You offer a kid candy, they'll do anything you ask.
So what happened to
That doesn't sound creepy.
It lasted a lot longer than I thought they would. 47 days and 2 movies.
That's the other Tokuja reference. 47 episodes, 2 movies.
Can we get to explaining the whole bunny thing before I just leave?
I haven't.
I love Charlie.
For as
Yeah.
long as you would think. The shadow line took the entire world into a stranglehold near instantly. It came without warning or hesitation. They stole all the world's hope and locked them away in a deep slumber. freezing the entire human population at the same time. Then all the children began to pray through the indescribable power of their shared imagination. They made one single wish for someone to save them. The source of imagination itself took the shape of what they wished for. Santa Claus! But, as this happened in spring, a few too many of them wished for the Easter Bunny instead.
So here's my question, guys.
Because
Do you think
Santa
Zenith
would
delayed
probably
out
have
episode
this all
5 to
under
be in Christmas
control
season
by
so we could have that joke be
And
relevant?
the trains, I mean,
Possibly.
Would have passed them.
not that I'm complaining.
I'm just
but
wondering.
Seems random.
fight fire with fire. Have you ever tried fighting interdimensional train Nazis with cars? That would be ridiculous. They use trains, we use trains.
It could work. I've heard past
Was that Ticket Turbo?
have done just that.
Why do they want you so bad?
Yin yang.
Possibly. I mean, it can't be a hit. It can't be a hit at Car Ranger because they're not space Nazis. Car Ranger.
Imagination exists.
It's meant to be. It was meant to come out on Easter, but they missed the deadline, so they got Christmas, I guess.
Well, Easter Bunny, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I get
There's
it.
no way to know their end game. It all comes down to the Emperor's desire, and they were just born. From what I heard from Stein and Noir, that's what they assume they want.
So all we have to do is keep you safe forever?
There has to be an endpoint. There has to be a final stop.
That would be defeating the Emperor themselves.
No, I don't know about all that.
I like how nobody notices her there. Oh, no, there they are. There it is.
Get that toy out of my face.
It's funny because it's literally a toy.
Her.
Yeah.
She, I believe, would shoot me.
I would believe Faye would shoot her too, to be honest with you.
What did you do to her?
Oh, you're not very attentive, are you?
We gotta get in there. Come on. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, I say call. He wants his sword back.
You're not gonna hit a guy with glasses, are you?
Distraction.
I have got glasses, are you?
Those 2 seconds made him more likable than Togati was the entire season.
Togati was not that great.
He was, yeah, very annoying.
We can't touch this guy. We got him more.
Okay, this is really sick what they're about to do.
Ready? Ready. It's morphin' time.
Full steam!
Yeah, I'm liking this. Well, that's dope. I like that.
You know, I like how
Aw,
I'm gonna wait until
look
the
at that.
sequence is over, and I'll
It's
mention
past
the
your
comment.
morphing time.
Okay, I want to stop there for a second and just mention that I love that they went through the effort to have each ranger do the morph, but then not only do the morph, but also have the special effects that go with it.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard that is and how easy it was for these guys to just go and do like Red's morph and then they all just have the glowing thing burn them and that's about it? No, they actually went the extra effort to have the visual effects for all 6 of them to do the thing. And that to me is incredible.
Yeah, I can't even begin to imagine how much work that requires. That
Yeah.
I got to take my hat
Yeah,
off.
I can't imagine that either.
Dude, and the amount of editing that took, as a video editor, I couldn't have done that, dude. I could not have done it. But hang on, let's go back to playing.
Guys, my morpher's not working.
Great. I hate when that happens.
Mine either.
You don't even know how to use that thing.
So, Akka, I think the reason why they couldn't have done this and have original footage is because the seats were too expensive for them to get. If I remember talking to them correctly, like from our past conversation.
Yeah.
It's morphin' time!
And surely they're not going to ask Anakin to do it, because it would take them 10 years to just make one episode.
Ah, there we go. Yep, Zenith
confirmed it.
It's been off with years.
Dude.
Rangers.
Oh, wait, Anthony, you haven't seen this yet, have you?
No.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Nate, have you seen this before? Or am I the only one that's seen it ahead?
Be your conductor this evening. Thank you for taking the rainbow line. And remember, I'm not what gives you power. Inside each and every one of you is imagination.
This trivia fact that Zenith mentioned, I think it's in our podcast interview we did with them, if I'm not mistaken. This scene made the OG Yellow quit.
Now it's inside.
Did they explain why, again, they made her quit?
Hang on.
What is it with Yellow Rangers and quitting the freaking power? It don't matter if it's Power Rangers made by Hollywood or if it's fan made. It's always with Yellow Rangers.
Are you okay? So hang on, I'll get to that in a second. But are you okay? So the reason Yellow quit on Rail Rider is they couldn't look their family in the eye and say, "Hey, watch this thing I'm in," because the scene is too demented, I guess, from what I remember from the podcast. Because remember, Nate, after the podcast, we sat down with Xena for like an after show kind of thing, just to have some fun and talk about what the finale would be. Yeah, by the way, me and Nathan need a finale, like, I don't know, months in advance or something.
Yep.
But yeah, so she didn't want to do that. And then, Anthony, to your point about the Hollywood thing, Audrey DuBois, who was the OG Yellow before Twee took it over.
Twee.
The reason she quit is she went to Saban to ask for more money, and Saban said, "Lol, nope," and cut her out. And brought
Are we that? Is it that obvious? You said no. I'm like,
and then what does Walter, Austin, and Twee do? Like a season later,
they
please,
quit,
sir. If we have more money, and he says no, get out.
And
anyway,
for a very awkward transition into the Stone Canyon kids, and I say this because I was, for reasons I'm not going to disclose, I've been watching the entire Zordon era, rewatching the entire Zordon era, and I finished season 2 a couple of weeks ago. And those episodes where you have Jason, Trini, and Zach, and also Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, it's very awkwardly edited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do want to take a second to, give a shout out to the OG Yellow of Rail Riders because, hey, I get it. Your faith restricts you from doing certain things.
I totally get it.
My faith would also restrict me from doing certain things. So I completely sympathize with her and I get it. I'm not giving any say. I'm just saying.
Yep.
It's a tragic thing that had to happen to her. I'm seriously been awesome. But also, the actress who did play Charlie, freaking amazing. I love her.
Yeah,
so it works out, in my opinion, either way. So anyway, pressing play.
It's over, isn't it?
Without the conductor, we don't have our powers. All our imagination is gone.
It doesn't matter. Remember what he said? The power's inside of us. We won't stop. We won't quit. We'll let him die for nothing.
Epic music is epic.
Let's go, guys.
Full steam ahead. Ah!
It didn't work.
Take that, Overdrive.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Is that Tomas?
How's he morphed?
Which I took a jab at Overdrive on my blog yesterday, so, and I am 100% proud of that reel that I posted yesterday.
Dude, that was a great reel.
Beautiful. Mwah.
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell people that the Clear Cats were so underrated. I love them because they beat the Overland Rangers every time they fight them. And well, until they ultimately die towards them, but that's because they cheated.
It hasn't even been 3 days. Your god has risen.
I'd love to know why that scene stopped me to go gray.
That was perfect.
Hang on.
Awesome.
Hang on, Aka
Please
Eagle.
pause it. Please
I was going to
pause
say
it.
this while
Please
we're
pause it.
watching. Oh, I'll pause it. First of all, before you say your thing, Anthony, Aka Eagle. Yes, the Go Answers are way better than Overdrive. There's no comparison whatsoever. How are you making that comparison? What is wrong with you?
Exactly. That's very.
What?
Yeah, that's
Explain
weird.
yourself. But Anthony, please go ahead before I lose my mind.
No, I was just said shots fired.
Oh, is that what you made me pause?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was pausing because I was laughing my butt off, and I didn't want to like.
Okay.
Because we're
Fair.
about to go into a serious moment with the characters. I just didn't want to like ruin it.
Yeah. Oh. That sounds terrible. It was the hardest effing VX works he's ever done in the entire thing, and I rotoscoped it out of the Sentai footage.
Charlie?
Oh, rotoscope is.
Charlie?
As somebody who's rotoscoped for a class project, I empathize with you because that is hard sit.
Wake up!
Jesus Christ.
Charlotte!
What's with these bleeding effects? Those look even more realistic than what we see on some Power Ranger seasons.
Right.
When did
The last time they did bloody makeup on the Rangers was Time Force. No, Wild Force.
I can tell you right now, we didn't.
Faye, you okay? I'm okay. Has anyone seen Gus?
Where's Gus?
Oh, hey, look. It's the beginning of episode 1.
Yeah.
I finally found the one I've been looking for. Thought I wouldn't recognize you after all these months. Didn't ya? Didn't ya? This is the crow that tripped me when we first became Rangers. And I've been looking
Wait, what?
for it ever since.
Don't all the foot soldiers look the same? Are you racist? This one's different. The crows are all black. This one's a dark brown.
Dude.
And this one
What even?
is a gnome from Gym Paladins.
I love the throwback.
This is not who we are. The conductor said so himself. To never let hate consume us.
Gus.
And I'd assume that I find it funny how we're doing this thing where like he can tell foot soldiers apart since we just watched that Go Under episode where they can tell those two guts apart, the ones that have to control that bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently villains can tell the foot soldiers apart.
Turn it to good. Look at Tomas.
Tomas is like, ow, dude, I'm in pain. Stop it.
So do what you think is right, but remember, sharing a hot dog, it's better than eating alone.
Poor Tomas. Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's why I love Faye. 100%.
He's a monster. A hot dog can't change anything.
We're pretty screwed, aren't we?
It does feel hopeless at this point.
Reminds me of my
Final episode. You're supposed to feel like
Who's
that.
Is any of what you say real?
That's good.
Because of me that all this happened. If I would have just saved Greta and Schwartz, the Emperor would have never been born. Now the conductor's gone, the Zords are wrecked, and we have no powers.
Still have mine. But none of that matters. If I have learned anything with you all, it's that Power Rangers never give up.
If it was any one of us, we'd be knocking down their door right now.
Then let's go out there, knock their door down, and get our mentor back.
But there's monsters.
Of all times, will you grow up?
Imagine kicking their butts.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Suit. All right, Marcus. What's the plan?
I'm probably not the best one to ask.
You have led us up into this point, and we will follow you to the end.
Let's take them head on. A full-on assault. We'll make our final stand against the Shadow Line and stomp them out.
Yeah, like that's all fine and dandy, except, like you said, man, we don't have our powers.
Hey, remember what the conductor said. The power is inside all of us. We don't need the conductor to have powers.
We can use our own strength to revive our morphers.
Let's do it. Let's show them what we're made of.
All right, the Power Rangers are back in action.
Okay, now it's starting to look like one of those scenes from a finale. Pretty well handled, too.
The fact it's in a dark scene reminds me of that scene in Mystic Force around the end.
Mm-hmm.
When they're in the cave.
Oh, yeah.
I forget the context, but I remember they were being in a cave and them all being despaired.
I was thinking more of the scene where from Countdown to Destruction, where Rangers decide to fight back. That's a better example.
Oh, the darkness had been, the master had basically took over everything, and he made them go into a cave or whatever because he had basically like took them to a place where they couldn't everything had went to crap.
Yeah.
Oh, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Mighty Morphin OG music in the background.
Oh yeah, this is definitely one of those epic like walking together before the final morph.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. That's like a total Scooby-Doo type of moment.
It is. You hear the chainsaw?
Yeah.
That's Faye.
Okay, that was funny.
Oh, Nelson.
Dude, Thomas is such a great character. I love this comment.
Come on,
Beat an
text
MF
me
with
like a
another
man.
MF.
That's one way.
That's how it goes.
Seems they set me
Yeah.
daughters when I asked for sons.
Okay.
Is that a Mulan?
It was a Mulan reference, yeah, to the song.
You know, Rangers,
Make a man out
I
of you.
started
Who you?
with Buddy, but I'm not stopping there. Next, I'm gonna rip the spark of imagination out of each one of you. And when I'm done, I'm gonna take it from every child on the... Oh! It seems you were willing to shoot me.
Oh.
Enough! You're just a bunch of cockroaches.
Because of the
know you
smoke
are,
seeing it.
but what am I?
You are Marcus. She is Charlie. I am Tomas.
Seems fitting. Your train is shorter than ours.
But my Megazord is bigger.
I heard you.
Better looking too.
Let's make this one look great.
That was you that.
What just happened?
I think we just got teleported. We're in Japan. I got initiated here.
Oh my god.
Explain that. That was good.
Here for the ride.
Erebus. Imagine what's coming next.
It's morphin' time! Wolverine!
Okay. I just have to say real quick that that was the cleanest transition I've ever seen from like civilian to Ranger in Real Riders, but also in some Saban TV shows.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that was good.
I agree.
Like, look, I'm gonna play it back. I gotta play this thing back. Look at that. They're in like this place of like a warehouse type thing. They did it more. And just flawlessly.
No.
Hang on, what did she say?
She said, penetrate me, please.
Okay. Okay, I didn't hear that.
Wait,
I'm
what did
surprised
you
you
say?
didn't.
Play the
Penetrate me,
tribute.
please.
Oh, penetrate
Please.
me, please.
Ah, man.
I love Xena's humor, man. They're so great.
He needs our help.
He needs our trains.
Marcus! It is time to switch line.
Take these.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Oh. That was awesome.
We won! It's over! I can go back to sleeping on the mattress again, guys.
That's not something to celebrate, Gus, but okay.
I really wish
Yeah.
we had been here to see this.
Also, that the way that they did that thing where like they're all
Using
ganging up to
color
like
every
shoot
single-
the blaster at the Emperor.
Good
That-
effects.
That was great. Like that. That's
No,
even
this
more
is
handled than how-
fantastic.
No,
I'm playing
that's
it back.
better than how they handled the early Megazord battles in season 2, where they had to have shots of the Thunder Megazord, and the monsters from the Ju-2 footage, because the original footage featured them fighting the original Megazord, so they had to edited to make it look like the Thunder Megazord and the monsters were fighting each other. It was really awkward, but that was actually edited a lot better.
Yeah.
Of course, Marcus's line also made that.
Dude, Marcus makes it amazing. But yeah, we're playing that back because that was a really good edit.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
That's never gonna get old. Yeah, again, how could they do this edit better than what Saban did in early season 2?
Because Justin literally cared more, in my opinion.
I really wish the conductor could have been here to see this.
He would be proud of every single one of you.
And you, Tomas.
Proud of you too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't.
With imagination, we can do anything, right? Why don't we bring him back?
He's not wrong. I mean, wasn't he born from imagination anyway?
He channeled a little bit of Toku Green in that
Power of
scene.
imagination inside of us.
You are never the one to give speeches. Marcus, get in here. Let him have this one.
Floor is yours, Senzoku.
Oh, you're serious right now.
Shut up and just give us a cheesy speech already.
The power to imagine is inside of us. The fate of the world will rest on our shoulders. Let's come together in a circle and hold hands and wish as hard as we can, because I know the conductor will come back. Because we are the Power Rangers. Deus Ex Machinas are our thing.
That was not wrong.
I mean, the amount of Sentais that end with Deus Ex Machina are kind of insane. Go, Sager!
Right.
Yeah, this is very much looking like a Power Ranger shot.
Imagination! Peter! Greta! I missed you!
I missed you too. Can we go get some hot dogs?
As many as you want.
So great to see you.
That's more of a Sentai thing, honestly, but I like that.
Every single one of you.
Even me?
Even you. You all fought hard over this past year, and you didn't even die. Unlike the children.
Wait, what?
I want you all to take the next few days to rest. You've earned it.
Come on, guys. Let's go home.
Well, Rangers, this is where I leave you, at this dingy Detroit train station.
Because that's where they produce
None
everything.
of us are from Detroit.
So we're never going to
Lies.
see you again?
All lies.
Sweet Augustus, as long as you have the power of imagination, I will always be there, ready to kidnap you again on a moment's notice. Until then, go onward with taking all that you wish from this world.
So,
all-
extended cut Rizwan, Zenith?
Won't you get lonely?
Not at all. Now that I have my new protege.
Oh my god, you are so cute!
Literally, that was my reaction too when I first saw her.
Same.
You're staying
Without
here.
but
Yeah, I thought about it a lot. I really have nowhere else to go, so
And I'm hoping one day, if I can find my own imagination, I can find Schwartz again.
No, he is dead.
Wasn't an explosion.
I draw the line at bringing back Nazis.
Well, you Rangers, what are your plans for the future?
Just realized everything we've been through. There's a lot of kids out there that need to be kept safe from people like you. So I'm going to take my business degree and open up a youth center. I heard that the property in Angel Grove is pretty cheap.
Okay, that was good.
I'm gonna join the Federal Railroad Administration because trains, but also to fight for better working conditions.
Starting with you, Tomas.
You do not need to fight for me. I can fight for myself.
Yeah, but he's anti-union. You're gonna need all the help you can get.
I treat all my workers like family, Tomas.
Is that a Saban reference?
It feels like it.
It has to be.
It has to be.
If there's anything you need,
There's no one who's more anti-union than Saban.
Actually,
well, there's a bunch of companies that are probably more anti-union than Saban, but you know what I mean.
Since my office was destroyed, I think it's about time I go visit my uncle in Japan. Hopefully, he never finds you.
Oh, is he a Buddhist?
I need to check with my wife to see if those subtitles are legit.
I will travel this world to make everything right.
Which is something I do a lot when I watch Sentai, by the way.
I thought he was coming with us.
It's fine. He always does this at the end of the episode.
I'm gonna go back to my seat at Ricky's Roasted Reds.
Sorry, I'm a sucker for fourth-wall jokes.
The Fortune 500 one.
Yeah, Ricky's Roasted Reds. Ring and ready. I'm Ricky.
I wonder what that phone number goes to.
That is literally my favorite restaurant. I tell all my followers about you.
I finally get to go back to my normal life. Get to go back to working at Amazon. You know what? Maybe the train wasn't so bad, actually.
Speaking of companies that are anti-union,
Well,
he just brought it up for
I
me.
could be taking my leave. It's been an honor and a privilege being your conductor this evening. Please watch your step on your exit and have a great life.
Hang on. Did Aka Eagle call a number? Please tell me he did.
Yeah, please tell us you did, Aka. That would be so awesome if you did. He has to run to get on the train.
I like how they edited that.
Yeah.
Getting on a train.
I knew he was going to do that. That was good.
All aboard full steam ahead, fighting evil till the end, using just the power of the rail car.
Power Rangers to the rescue, change your colors, save the day, and the call from your conductor, and keep the shadows at bay.
Full force distance, railway bandit, non-stop action.
Hey, do we want to run the whole Predator?
There's nothing that we can't do. You'll be Yeah, now we will. Let's go, Power Rangers. Rail Riders go.
Hang on. We're not done yet.
Like the way with imagination. Let's go, Power Rangers. Rail Riders go. 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 Rail Riders go.
Bam. Find Waldo.
Find one. Oh, cool. Riz,
Yeah.
give me credit. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. I just had to throw it out there that I was one of the contributors to their Patreon. So I got my name in here and I thought it was pretty awesome. So yeah. Had to pause right there for my own publicity.
Yeah.
And now for the actual scene.
Oh, these hunters.
Tickets! Tickets!
Conductor, is it true that the power imagination is inside each and every one of us?
No, it's me.
Well, imagine that.
Ooh.
Not again.
Okay. The captain will return. We just do that.
That was good.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
I like it.
Yeah. You know, we should. Well, no, I don't know if that would work because, I mean, they're a lot longer than a Rail Riders episode. But we should try. We should. I don't know. Maybe for like shorter Sentai movies, we could do like a live stream because this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to kind of jump in with you know that
Are
was.
we, you want to start the review or are you just talking?
I was starting the review. Yeah.
Oh, then let me do the actual review thing. Hold up.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
God, you're jumping to train here, Nate.
Dad jokes again.
You kind of walked into that one, buddy.
I did.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Full steam ahead.
Toku Secrets is a podcast run by the Anime Secrets website. Check us out at animesecrets.org for more anime, video game, tokusatsu content. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Oh, yes. This is Goldar, and you're listening to Toku Secrets Podcast. Don't tune us out, tune us in.
Welcome to Toku Secrets. Join us as we journey into the marvelous world of Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, and many other tokusatsu. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. It's Morphin time! Link to the Morphin. I'm Nathan Desai, the dazzling adventurer, Spoken Silver.
I'm Patrick Gower, and I'm Shinken Red.
And I'm Rizwan Merchant, Gokai Red.
And I'm Anthony Davis, also known as Curie Green. And we're Toku Secrets.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome again to the Toku Secrets Podcast, presented by animesecrets.org, and this is a separate segment from our live stream. We literally just finished watching the Power Rangers Rail Riders, which, for those who don't know, is the fan adaptation from Zenith Films of Reisha Sentai Tokyuger. We just watched it live, all three of us, and we're going to be just giving our overall thoughts and reviews on it. And for those who who want the recap, the best way to sum it up is that it plays out pretty much like a typical finale that you would expect in Power Rangers. the counterpart of Zed. What was her name again, Riz?
Who? What?
Zed's counterpart?
Oh, Greta?
No. The leader of the villains.
Oh, Madame Noir.
Oh, no.
Erebus, yeah.
Okay.
Erebus.
Erebus. Zenith Films is watching us live.
Yeah. And we're going to fail epically at some of these like things, I bet. He's going to correct us all throughout.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fine. It's great.
But yeah, she's she's getting ready, for her ultimate evil plan, and Conductor gets killed, which causes the Rangers to lose all hope because there you go. Justin wants to come up after we shoot.
No, I'm asking if he wants to.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Riz. But yeah, Conductor gets killed, and that results in the Tokyo just feeling like they don't have their powers anymore. Sorry, I meant the Rangers, not Tokyujers. Resulting in them thinking that they don't have their powers anymore, while the train Nazis, or whatever they're called here. Again, that could be something that could be that Zenith Films could help correct me on. But
Shadow Line.
Oh, it's called the Shadow Line here too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're getting ready to, pretty much commence their final attack on Earth, and then everyone comes together. We get our big Power Ranger scene before the final battle where everybody realizes the power is inside them all along, and they get inspired to come together. And we get our big final battle where they fight off the Crows. They fight off Baron. They defeat Baron Nero's counterpart, and I can't even remember her name until Cuger. The big fat lady. I can't remember what her name was. Count Mott. Okay. Do I need to get on right now? Just get your story straight. Yeah, that probably would help.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's get Justin on here, and he can help you with names that you're forgetting. Hang on. Let me grab.
Yeah, just like how we reviewed the Rito thing.
Oh my God! Yes, we're doing this. Hang on. We're bringing up the creator of this dang thing because it'll be funny. There you go. You have a DM now.
What's up?
I sent him a DM with the link. Oh, on Discord. Hang on.
But Bruce, you want me to continue with saying this stuff because I remember the rest of the story roughly.
We can just restart.
Okay.
This part of them seeing us do this all live is we just, we do stuff. It happens.
It happens.
But yeah, so while we wait for Justin to get on here, I want to start off by saying thanks to everyone who's been hanging out with us tonight. We really enjoy having you guys here.
Yep.
There's the man, the myth, the legend, Justin Weber.
Ah, there we go.
Can someone talk to me?
There you go.
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you just fine.
He's probably got too many devices on there.
There you are. Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, man. Thanks for hopping on.
I had nothing better to do. Frankly, I was getting pissed off over all the miscorrections from you, Nathan.
Yeah.
I had to come on. I had to personally correct you in person.
All right, let's reboot the podcast and we can get into it again.
Cool.
Toku Secrets is a podcast run by the Anime Secrets website. Check us out at animesecrets.org for more anime, video game, tokusatsu content. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Oh, yes. This is Goldar, and you're listening to Toku Secrets Podcast. Don't tune us out. Tune us in.
Welcome to Toku Secrets. Join us as we journey into the marvelous world of Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, and many other tokusatsu. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. It's Morphin time! Link to the Morphin. I'm Nathan Desai, the dazzling adventurer, Smoking Silver.
I'm Patrick Allen. I'm Shinken Red.
And I'm Rizwan Merchant. Gokai Red.
And I'm Anthony Davis, also known as Curie Green. And we're Toku Secrets.
What's up, guys? Welcome to take number 2 of our attempt to review the finale of that's episode 5, the finale of Power Rangers Rail Riders, which for those who have not been keeping up with our reviews is a fan adaptation of Reisha Sentai Tokuger, produced by Zenith Films. And as a special guest, we have the director of this great project. He was on our podcast once before, and now we have him on again. Let's give a big welcome to Justin Weber, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, Justin, welcome, man. Oh, we can't hear you.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah.
Sorry, I beat up my mic. No, I was just saying, no, I came on here purely out of spite.
No, hey, I'm okay.
But I always love shooting the shit with you guys, so I'm cool with it.
Hey, you are always welcome on the podcast to hang out, shoot the crap, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're family, dude. We love you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, how are you guys doing?
Dude,
Yep, doing pretty good.
I'm doing good, man. I just watched a freaking amazing finale to a fan adaptation of Power Rangers that honestly blew some of the real seasons out of the water.
Oh, thank you for lying to my face. I appreciate it.
Hey, I'm not lying to anyone. To their face anyway. Now behind their back is a whole different thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You should
Nate
see
knows all
what
about
he
that.
says when we're not recording.
Dude, you have no idea.
But yeah, I mean, first of all, for those who are just watching this right now, this is part of a live stream that we've been doing, and we've been definitely having a lot of fun. And for those who are watching, we actually literally reviewed the show. Well, we didn't review; we took a look at it live. So
we had a live watch party.
It was definitely a very fun time, and hopefully we'll get to do this a lot more often.
Yeah. Just wondering when the copyright angels will come and strike us down.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised they haven't.
I haven't seen anything yet. I'm just like waiting for them to be like, "Hey, yo."
So here's the thing. When I did something very similar with Seth Films, he was the guy who did all our sound effects as well as some of our VFX. He also tried to review some of the episodes of Rail Riders on his YouTube channel live, and like as he's watching it, cut out because of copyright.
So
because of us.
Does it cut the video like it doesn't play anything else?
Yeah, no, it just cuts it. Ends the live stream right there.
Wow.
Ends the live stream, blocks it.
Well, hey, we're still live, so I guess it is good, right?
Which is why I'm shocked this hasn't been cut off yet. I'm genuinely shocked.
Well,
again, purely out of just like the experience of it.
Yeah.
I guess we're just lucky, Riz.
Yeah. Insert bad joke about that damn Sentai with the lucky character. Key Ranger.
Oh, you mean the one I'm currently watching? Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so
episode where he gets unlucky and he becomes the most depressed guy in the world. Kind of annoying, but it's whatever.
Then he gets a horse and things just get weird from there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's seen it. So. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly what you're talking about. I'd have to see the season. We're adapting it after Beast Hunters.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you guys knew that. Yeah, we're adapting Key Ranger into Cosmo.
I remember giving us the roadmap at one point behind the scenes. I remember getting that.
Yeah, we publicly announced that at Power MorphCon. We had a whole panel for it and everything.
Okay, so that's public knowledge now.
Yeah, it's been.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, Nate, you want to?
Yeah. So, and Riz, I don't think what was the name of the episode at the beginning?
Full Steam Ahead.
Full Steam Ahead, right? Okay. So this plays out like, I mean, believe it or not, it's actually playing out very similar to how a typical Power Rangers finale plays out, which is a good thing since even in bad seasons, the finale is usually sometimes the best part, like in Wild Force. But still.
Okay, I'm sorry, but the Wild Force finale is a fucking banger. It is. I'm not even a huge Wild Force fan. I think it's a pretty mid-season, but that finale, is one of the best.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, the reason it's one of the best to me is whenever they brought in the last morph where they're all like in the rain, and that scene right there is just amazing.
Yeah. That scene is what sells it. Like, they're in the rain, it's at night, it's pitch black, they're sitting there, they're fucking wailing on these motherfuckers, and they're just like, oh, it's just so hard.
So, Justin, in a future production, I expect to see you do a scene like that for your finale.
I wanted to do it for this one. That's what inspired this. But like shooting at night is like really, really hard.
Yeah.
Lights. It's the only reason we didn't do that. That's why I kept like that. That's why I kept that one scene at night. It is now referred to as the night we don't speak of, and a lot of people don't hate me because of it now, because it was just rough night. We were out there till like 2-3 in the morning.
Dang.
Yeah. Armand, the guy who played Marcus, just kept sitting there because he was like on this one particular rock, and he's just sitting there complaining for hours. Man, this freaking rock's stealing all my ass heat. I just can't do it anymore, man.
Sounds like it was a total blast.
Yeah.
No, we still groan about that night. Not like you guys remember that night? That like it sucked, but it was fun. No, and like I swear to God, if you ever even consider asking me to do that again, I will quit on the spot kind of night.
Wow.
Like, okay then.
We start off on the rainbow line where Conductor has revealed himself to be. Well, he takes off his hat and reveals the bunny ear, so he reveals himself to be the quote Easter Bunny, an obvious reference to. I can't remember what that character's name was on Tokuger, the bunny character, but the director of the Rainbow Line. That's what I remember the character at least being. But yeah, he's there. We get this big revelation.
Rainbow Line President. That's literally his name.
Oh, okay. Wasn't even given a name then.
Rainbow Line President.
And, the Tokugers are talking to, have this big revelation and, everything that was made about how they were able to get their powers. And then they get into a fight with Erebus. Erebus, for those who have not been keeping up with us, is Emperor Zed's counterpart, except she's a woman actually here now, which is pretty cool. And in the midst of this big struggle, Conductor gets killed, and that causes it results in one of those typical scenes that you get in a finale where the Rangers have been beaten down to their lowest point ever, and they don't know whether or not they can go on, especially since Conductor is supposedly the source of their powers, even though he told them that the power is actually inside of them. And then we get the big scene, which is literally the scene that Justin just told us about, the scene that was filmed at night that resulted in as Justin just told us, a very fun night that was a total blast to film, apparently.
Hey, that sounds like a barrel of fun to me.
Yeah. But long story short, go ahead, Anthony.
Also mentioned that the Conductor tried to morph in this.
Yeah, so the Conductor tried to morph and then didn't.
No.
Which actually it in the Tokuger movie that is canon. Because he has a morph
really?
He does. Yeah. But guess what color he was? Just guess.
Purple?
Yeah.
It's very purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've never seen the movie, but I know that he's purple when he does finally morph at the end.
Yep.
I think I stopped watching after the finale took you, so I didn't watch the movies.
But you know what the interesting thing was? I thought that Zed had came back and he became purple.
Yeah, that
Same.
would have worked a whole lot better.
Same, but
I mean, truth be told, I haven't been watching that many Sentai movies until we started watching them. Like, Go Andra is probably the first one that I watched in preparation for the podcast that we did. So, I don't know. I
Yeah.
might start watching these things a bit more often.
Yeah.
Makes life more interesting for us, right?
Yeah.
And here's my question, Nate. Do you want me to explain what the inspiration was behind that scene first, or do you want to finish your preamble first?
Go ahead and explain the inspiration, bro.
Okay, so I made that scene because people were really pissing me off. People kept messaging me and emailing me for months and 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 months. Where's Purple? Is Purple going to be in this? Are you going to use Purple? Where's Purple? Purple going to be in this? Where's Purple? Yada, 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 yada. And this was even before we had even started filming. So me and Todd sat down and we said, you know, it'd be really cool. You know, you always get that bad, you know, like
Wow.
it was heavily inspired by by RJ's first morph. Like, you know, like the Rangers are getting getting beaten down, and then all of a sudden, you know, here comes this new Ranger. You know, they just walk up real badass, like, you know, and then they do the big morph, and it's supposed to be really epic. And I'm just sitting there like, you know what would be hilarious? If for like halfway through he's trying to do this and we just freaking killed him right there. Purely just because people kept asking about it, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll add it. All right. And then we went as far as to film like little extra bits, like a whole extra morphing sequence, just to make a fake trailer that we put out months beforehand, just to get people hyped up. Oh, because I kept telling people, no, we're not using purple. No, we're not using purple. And so we put that trailer out. They're like, oh my gosh, they kept it a secret this whole time. Oh my God, we're so excited for purple. Then here comes the finale, dead.
So what you're telling me is it's all out of spite.
Yes. 110%.
Would the conductor still have died regardless of all that whole thing with the troll in the audience?
Yeah, that would have been been the plan the whole time.
Okay, so you were just taking something that you planned to do, but did it in a different way to everybody. Yeah. I love that.
Dude, I love the spite, and I love that he can bring his personality into the season in his own way, because I know, so there are certain points in this episode where we're just like laughing. And we're not laughing because it's Rail Rider humor. We're laughing because it's Justin Weber humor. And I know that's the case because I know Justin now.
My humor is very twisted, but like
it really is.
And I'm just sitting here, and one thing, like, because we kept this under wraps, very, very tight-lipped, like the whole bunny thing and everything, for like almost 2 years. And I was just like, nobody, not a single person. I better catch posting a photo of those bunny ears until after episode 4 is done. And nobody posts anything about the ripped off ears until after episode 5 comes out. Not a peep. And everyone held to it because I was like, this is the one thing. This is the one time I'm going to enforce an NDA. Y'all shut up because I want people to be surprised by this because it's going to be so funny when they get to this and they're going to be like, what the hell?
And I gotta say, Justin, thank you for looping me and Nathan into this ahead of time, because I've been waiting for this to happen, and I've been so tight-lipped that I didn't mention it to anyone that we talk to on a regular basis, because I wanted to see their reaction too. And so, thank you for letting us know the insider track on this stuff, because that was hilarious to me. I had my questions on how it was going to play out. To be honest with you, I was kind of like, okay, how is this going to really play out when we get to it? Because it's a funny idea, but honestly, you played it off so well that it felt natural for this brand of like what you guys did.
Thank you. This scene, at least on paper, was intended to be a lot more graphic. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, it's supposed to be the whole like, well, the original plan was she was going to grab him by the ears instead of just ripping him off. She was going to grab him by the ears, pull him in, and run her hand through his chest. Pull it back, straight up, just Kali Ma his ass, and then rip his ears off to finish him. It was supposed to be a lot more bloody.
Could you have thrown out yelled out fatality or something?
Probably could have. Just put a big graphic on screen. Fatality.
That would have been awesome.
And I still remember it was actually this scene that got the original Yellow Ranger to quit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I showed her because when we casted everyone, I didn't have everything like pen to paper yet. Like the whole concept, all the episodes have been planned out. Minus episode 3 because I was throwing in last minute. But everything was planned out, and I was still writing as I was going, as everyone was training. And I finally like write episode 5 out, and I show it to everybody, and she's messaging me like, "Does this like have to be a thing? Do we like have to like mutilate the Easter Bunny?" I said, "Yes, we do." And I kind of saw the writing on the wall. Like I saw how uncomfortable she was with it, to the point where I was almost ready to change it just for her. And then she quit, and she's like, "Man, I can't in my soul do this. I'm a woman of faith. I can't in good consciousness show this to my family or to my children, knowing that they're going to watch the Easter Bunny get mutilated. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I'm out." And I said, "I completely understand. She's a wonderful woman." Her name was Heather, a wonderful woman, and I completely understand why she had to dip. It sucks, but I mean, at the end of the day, we also got Michelle Levy out of it. So,
I mean, Michelle Levy is a fantastic Yellow, man.
Oh,
she's
really worked out for the best.
So as I was telling Riz and them, like I was noticing that like you unintentionally did the same trend as every other like Ranger cast, where they'll always have like the original Yellow quitting for whatever reason. It's so weird. It's like, dude, like
it's always Yellow.
But like it's just so weird. It's like every almost not every Yellow Ranger has.
Well, like Audrey Dubois, Lost Galaxy Yellow, Ninja Steel Yellow. Fun fact: the original Ninja Steel Yellow is coming here to Michigan in a couple months. I'm going to go meet him. What was his name? Chance Simpson. I saw him in a con, and I'm like, I gotta go meet this guy. And I want to know why he was kicked off Ninja Steel.
Yeah,
dude, if you go, bring a camera and record his answer for us to post.
I want to.
Yeah, keep us in the loop for that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's in like, God, when is that con? I think it's like OzutsuCon. A couple of my buddies who I know are going. Like, I have a couple friends in like the anime industry. Like, do you guys watch One Piece?
Yes,
Anthony does.
I do.
Do you know?
My wife and I have started watching it a little bit.
It's really good. Here's a question, Anthony. Are you in Wano yet?
Yes.
Or have you met Speed, the Centaur?
Yes.
Yeah, that the English voice actor, Nia Moreno, is a friend of mine. She was originally going to be in Gem Paladins.
What's her name?
Really?
Nia Moreno.
Oh,
I'm not familiar with her, but
yeah, she's an up and comer. But the whole she couldn't be a part of Gem Paladins because she got hired with Crunchyroll, and she moved down to Texas to go work for Crunchyroll. And now she works as a voice actor full time.
Cool.
She's in my neck of the woods.
Awesome.
You're talking about,
Yeah, but what's also funny, because you mentioned Yellow, is when we did Paladins, I don't know if you've seen Paladins yet, but the original Yellow and Green were also recasts. So back to Yellow. Those two there was a scheduling conflict, so we ended up getting Barbara Transjuarez, who went on to also play Tomas in Rail Riders, and Autumn Blackthorn, who went on to play Erebus in Rail Riders.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Nathan watched Gem Paladins. We reviewed it on here.
Yeah, we took a look at Gem Paladins.
2-3 months ago, I think.
Yeah, you saw where we started.
Yeah. Well, we had to go backtrack because 1, we needed some content to fill the week, and 2, we had never actually seen the origin of your production, so we wanted to go check it out.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It took me a second though, because I had to like. At first, I thought it was a series, like what you did with Rail Riders, instead of a movie. And I messaged Ritz. It's like, wait, they're already Rangers, and the Silver Ranger's already a thing. What is this? And then Ritz said, "Oh, it's just a fan movie. That's like that's a little bit longer." I'm like, "Oh, okay, now that makes sense." And then
the plan was we wanted to use it as kind of like a springboard. We basically wanted to take Gem Paladins and use it like a testing ground. We wanted to see how this was going to work. So we basically just said, okay, we're just going to make one episode. It's going to slap like right into the middle of a season. Like the way I usually explain it is if this was a 440 episode season, we're jumping in at like episode 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that area. And we're just going for it. all the history is already there, all the adventures that come later, those are already going to happen. But we're just focusing on this one episode because like back in the day, if flicking through the channels, you're just going to catch one episode. If I can catch your attention with that one episode, screw an origin story. You're going to worry about the rest later. But yeah, that was kind of our springboard and our breeding ground. And we said, okay, if this does well, we will greenlight the next one. And then it did so well, we greenlighted the next two. And then, of course, Rail Riders did so damn well that we were just like, all right, our whole roadmap is now greenlit unless Toei steps in.
And hey, they haven't stepped in yet, have they?
They have not. Yet, being the keyword.
Well, you got what? 3? No, you got 4 seasons left of this, don't you? 5 total?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. No, I remember now why. Okay. Carry on.
But yeah, did you want me to continue with the recap, guys?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. So they all so we also get some stuff with the villains where we adapt. Now I remember her name on here, Countess Braun, although she's apparently voiced by. Was it voiced? Was the person male? Justin?
That was Todd.
Okay. I didn't want to make assumptions there, but yeah, I can't remember what her name was until Kyuger because she was a very forgettable villain.
I always forget. It's I forgot how to pronounce like her honorific. I think it's crap. Let me look her up real quick.
Yeah,
Markiana Smork.
Okay. Yeah, but she was one of the more forgettable villains until Kyuger. So
she showed up super late. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Well, we also saw it like 10 years ago, so it doesn't help us either.
To the point where Rail Riders. Okay, they did a good job with adapting her, but if they just straight up didn't adapt her, it wouldn't have been a big deal. That, in all honesty,
we almost didn't. The entire reason we did is because she was in the final fight. So we're like, okay, we got to get Madame Noir out of here, and we got to get this chick in here. How do we do this? Okay, you're gonna get hired by Hasbro, and you're taking her place.
That was such a great pick, man. I loved it.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, Justin just explained something. So this Countess Braun, who's Madame Noir's mother, she comes in to take her place with Madame Noir getting hired by Hasbro to deal with some people in Pine Ridge. Total inside fourth wall joke that had us laughing for quite a while when we were watching the thing live. Again, we highly recommend that you just go and watch that thing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
And then we transition. After we get our big thing where like the Rangers are down on their luck, they're down at their lowest point. But then we get the big speech. Everybody, rallies behind them. Transition to the final battle where they fight the Crows, unmorphed, and then they morph and they defeat all of the remaining villains. So they defeat Countess Braun and Baron Nero's counterpart. What did he have a different name here, Justin? I apologize.
Baron Stein.
Okay. And then we transition to the big final battle with where they used the Sentai footage with battle with Emperor Zed, which of course is Erebus in this case, where it plays out pretty similar to how they do the final battle in Tokuger, where Marcus in this case does like a huge blitzkrieg of just transforming into all the different colors until he gets like this rainbow form. I think it was. Did they give it a name in Tokuger? I think it was Tokyo Rainbow, or
yeah, I think it was just Tokyo Rainbow.
I think so.
Yeah, but he beats Erebus into submission, and they use their team finishing move where Marcus says "choo choo." Insert the final part of the catchphrase from Die Hard here. Yippee ki yay! You know what I mean. Except replace yippee ki yay with choo choo, and you know exactly what I'm saying.
Choo choo, mother.
That was awesome.
That was an amazing moment. Yeah. And so, unlike these two, I watched this finale. So you messaged me on my Instagram, I think 10:30 at night, the night before it aired, to tell me, hey, the full episode's on Facebook. If you want to go watch it early, here's how. And I was like, bet. I'm going to watch it on Facebook. and just get out of the way because I didn't want to get spoiled by some random thing happening because it happens to everything else I watched. And that scene had me cracking up laughing.
Yeah. I still remember when I was sitting there on set, and I have footage of me giving the direction too. I looked Armand Marcus like straight in the eye, and I just said, "I need you to give me everything you got." And he's like, "I got you." I said, "No, you do not understand, Armand. Look at me, everything." And he looks at me, he's just like, "Okay."
He delivered, dude. He definitely delivered.
Yeah, he did.
It's pretty great.
But yeah, the Shadow Line's been defeated. The Rangers are able to restore a conductor back through their own power of imagination, and we get our big farewell where Greta is also revealed to be alive, and she of course wants to go get some hot dogs with Marcus. And then we get the big farewell scene where everybody goes their separate ways. They get dropped off at a train station in Detroit. Totally just a coincidence, and not just because it was filmed in Detroit. And yeah, that. Sorry, that was hilarious.
No, it was filmed outside of Detroit. It was filmed in a city called Ypsilanti near University of Michigan.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome. But yeah, everybody starts to go their separate ways. The Tokugers go on to all do their different things.
Rail Riders.
What was that?
Rail Riders.
Rail Rider Rangers. I'm so used to talking about the Sentai Rangers when we do these podcasts. Sorry about that.
You're good.
And in the case, Greta joins Conductor on the Rainbow Line, with Tomas also, of course, going with them, and we get pretty much exactly kind of like what happens in the Tokuger final scene, except the Rangers in this case don't turn into kids like the Tokugers were, where they say goodbye to the Rainbow Line as it takes off, and everyone who's aboard says goodbye, and the theme song plays as we see a nice big the end at the end of the thing, which was pretty cool, honestly.
And then
we get a post-credit scene, during which Riz is in the credits because he was a donor on Patreon.
Yeah. It's the only reason I'm here.
No, it's not. You know you love it without my money.
But yeah, the conductor gets killed by the scientist guy. Wait, what was the character's name? Was he given an official name on the thing, Justin? Just to know what I could refer to him.
Mm-hmm. His official name is the Captain.
The Captain. Okay.
Yeah, that's why he makes the Endgame or Avengers, whatever joke at the end.
That was such a last-minute addition too.
Yeah.
Like, I remember we were just sitting there. I finished editing the scene, and Todd just looks at me and just says, "Hear me out. The Captain will return in Avengers Doomsday." And I'm just sitting there like, I'm not doing that. 10 minutes later, God damn, I'm doing it.
That was an awesome addition, though.
So I was a little confused when I saw it because I was like, hold up. Avengers? In my Power Rangers? Explain yourself, Justin.
It was just a stupid joke.
I figured that it was a stupid joke after like a minute of processing, but I was like, what are we doing here? It was great. It was a good joke, man.
I noticed that Captain had, basically had the I'm blanking on it. The gears from Zenkai.
That thing in his hand right there.
Yeah, it's in his hand right there.
Yeah, I remember him using I'm pretty sure he was seen using a Henshin device from Zenkaiger at one point in the post-credit scene. I don't know if it was the previous one or the one before that.
And Gem Paladins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So basically, and Justin will correct me where I'm wrong, but I think every finale of every entity in the Zenith universe will have something like this leading up to the final season of the Zenith verse. Zenith world? What are you calling this thing, dude?
We've been trying to figure that out for like a year.
Zenith verse.
I like Zenithverse.
Yeah.
We thought about Zenithverse, but we're like, it's such low hanging fruit. We consider calling it we almost considered naming it after the final season that we're doing, which we've been pretty open about, is going to be Lupat. That's going to be like the last fucking one, and that's supposed to be called Power Rangers Underworld because that's the whole thing that like spawned this whole thing. And we thought about calling it Power Rangers Underworld, like calling the whole umbrella term, but we're like, that's like a whole rebranding at that point. Like that might get real confusing. So we're kind of still in the process of trying to figure that one out.
Okay.
But this captain guy is basically a Nick Fury of what we're talking about, right?
That is probably the best possible description I could have heard. Yes, that is exactly it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what Nick Fury was whenever he appeared at the end of all the MCU movies before the Avengers.
Back in the good old days before everything went to crap.
Yeah, back when the MCU was actually fun to follow.
Yeah. I still, the one I'm the most excited for is the Q Ranger one.
Yeah, I find that interesting to watch since I'm currently watching Q Ranger. Plus, it's an interesting season. I'll give it that. So I'm going to be interested to see how you guys do that.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about like the after credit scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. Like we have the after credit scenes for every single one planned out like to the letter. And when we get to Q Ranger, I'm going to put it to you this way. Q Ranger is going to be the, we're fucked one. This is what's going on. Okay, now I see why he's such a dick.
Yeah.
It's definitely piqued my interest. Now I'm going to have to live these next couple of years in suspense.
I can tell you afterwards. I don't care.
I think he told us already once, but Nathan probably forgot.
Not.
But hey, let's move into the review part of this. Now that we're doing the recap.
Yeah.
So,
all I got to say is that it was just, really good finale. Like I said, when we were doing when we were watching it live, some of the parts where they did, like Riz, you were talking about the morph transition where they do the final morph and they morph in what appears to be like not a rock quarry looking thing, but like a place where the ground is like, rock and gravel with a warehouse in the background. And then it's able to seamlessly transition to where the final battle with Tokuger was in the Sentai footage. That was obviously great. And the way that they were able to transition from Tokyo Red in the Sentai footage, holding up the bazooka up to Zed to then immediately transition to the unmorphed Rail Rider Rangers, ganging up on him before they do the choo-choo mother
trucker.
Mother effer.
Yeah, that thing. That was an even better transition with how trying to mix up two different footages to make it look like characters in two different footages were interacting together. That was better than how Saban did the whole Thunder Megazord in the Jew 2 footage in early season.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, every season 2 episode up until after Green No More, because they were using Sentai footage that was Jew Ranger footage, they couldn't use Daireno, so they had to mix footage of monsters that are actually fighting Daijujin with footage of Daireno, and it looks really bad, but not in Zenith Films' case. Really good. Yeah. So, and I know that we keep talking about how the filming goes, but that's probably one of the bigger takeaways here, how a lot of the filming that Zenith does looks better than what Saban and Disney and Hasbro too, a little bit, looks a lot better than what these professional Power Ranger creators are giving us.
Yeah.
But
it just comes down to what I've been saying for, I don't know, about a year now, I guess. So I don't know if Justin's familiar with the Power Ranger audio drama podcast, but that's a group of people that do a retelling of Mighty Morphin, and now they're working on Zeo.
Yep.
But they make it more nitty gritty, dark. It's the same characters like Jason, Kim, Billy, whatever.
So it's the comics, but in audio format.
Correct. But the storyline that they pick up and they use is phenomenal compared to the stuff in the TV show, and they pull elements from Sentai, Rangers, comics, 95 movie, 2017 movie. They pull in elements from all of the above, plus they add in their own crap. And the writing is really phenomenal. And so I've been advocating for a year. If Hasbro can't get their stuff together, then let's bring in Carl Dutton and the audio drama team to write some of the scripts, bring in Zenith to write some of their script parts and to do some of the edits, bring in Unworthy as well, because dear God, they're also fantastic. Yes. And just have the fans create the damn franchise going forward, because clearly Hasbro doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, it'd be so great, like having this synergy across different groups working together and making this what we basically grew up loving.
Have the show be produced by fans for fans.
Be better than what we're getting now.
Yeah, I would love to do something with Unworthy, because like I know Jordan, like the guy who runs it personally, really cool guy, and I'm like I talk to him every once in a while, especially like when we do like cons and whatnot. Like I just saw him at Go Ranger Station back in September. Yeah. You know, I got to hear a little bit about what they got going on up there, and I'm just like, yeah.
But to go back, wait, did you want to say something else, Justin? I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
No, you're good. That was it.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, and aside from that, it just plays out like a really awesome finale. One that, honestly, I would probably call this better than a couple of Power Ranger finale episodes. I would definitely say this is better than, it's definitely better than the Overdrive finale.
They didn't have a finale. They had an episode.
I still have to see this season. I'm going to be starting it soon, but based on what I remember, I would call it better than the Zeo finale, where the show just kind of ends.
They don't have a finale.
No, the greatest finale in all of Power Rangers, I know we can universally agree, is Super Mega Force.
Agreed.
100%.
Agreed. 100%. Best one ever. We recorded a podcast last week that we're going to publish probably in a week or two from now. And that guy has gone on the record so many times talking about how much he loves the Megaforce finale. And I mean, he really loves the finale a lot.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. I genuinely can't.
It's sarcasm.
I couldn't even lie to y'all. I wasn't gonna fake even pretend to even like that thing. I was like, no.
No, the finale of Megaforce, it had its decent moments, but overall it was a huge disappointment. Thus it was not great.
Yeah.
It was a circus of shit. It was a shit show. It was a shit on the road.
There you go.
And this might be a hot take. I definitely enjoyed it more than the Mystic Force finale, which you brought up, because I'm not a big fan of the Mystic Force finale. It had way too many plot elements in it. Like it felt like the Mystic Force finale felt like it was like you took 6 episodes and compressed it down into just 2 episodes.
Are you referring to Rail Riders or are you referring to Megaforce?
No, I'm talking
about Rail Riders, not
Okay. I was about to say. I was gonna say, like, I'm sorry. I'm not like I don't think the Mystic Force finale is that bad, but no, the Mega Force finale. I'm about to say, homie, I don't know what you're on.
Oh no,
I don't know what you're on.
No, I wouldn't. No,
if you want some.
No, I don't want any of it. Frankly, I don't want to get caught smoking any of that because I'll probably go to jail.
Yeah. But yeah, totally. I was talking about Rail Riders. There's no way I would rather watch the Mystic Force finale than the Legendary Battle. That's for sure.
I think it's a pretty universal take.
Yeah. Which is why, I mean, I think I hinted at this when we had Justin and the other Zenith guys, Todd. Yeah, the Zenith production people on. How I've been writing my own version of Mystic Force. I don't know, Megaforce. Sorry. And yeah, I mean, I totally intend to write my own version of the Legendary Battle and put that episode to shame.
Have you seen Light of Moran yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, my buddy Tyler Lastinano made that. I know he's doing because he's doing for like one for each of the characters. So, like he did yellow, then he's working on pink. I don't know what order he's going in. I think blue is supposed to be next. I think red's supposed to be last. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I know he's kind of like going. He's hitting all those and doing basically a big Megaforce rewrite.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and probably sometime next year we're going to pull him on here and kind of hype him up.
As you should. He deserves it.
He did a really good job with Lyda Moran. Okay, so taking out my personal bias because I love Zia as, the
only good thing about Megaforce.
Right. Taking out that, I thought he did a really good job writing his own take on Megaforce. So, I know you two haven't seen it yet, but at some point, you're going to see it because I'm going to drag you both and Patrick into watching.
I mean, I'm going to see it anyway. I'm going to see it anyway.
Well, yeah, now you have more reasons to see it. And there, I gave a slight spoiler for our fans into what will come next year from us when we get around to recording it.
Well, we got a lot of interesting stuff coming up.
Oh my God,
this upcoming year. So, but yeah, Riz, Anthony, you guys want to give your? I mean, I pretty much just summed up my whole thoughts on a Full Steam Ahead. So,
dude,
you guys want to give your thoughts now?
My thoughts on this is pretty simple. The Rail Riders series as a whole has been really fantastic because they took 5 episodes and they gave us characters that I actually like a lot. Like, I love Faye. I laugh at everything Faye has done from the time she gets on screen. Sarli is a fantastic Yellow. I thought she was just so fun and amazing as Yellow. Marcus is a fantastic Red. He's funny. He's hilarious, but he's also able to get down to business while being a bit of a meme lord, in my opinion. Tomas is a walking meme in a really good way, dude. Like, Barbaro, that's his name, right? Barbaro?
Yeah, Barbaro.
Yeah, Barbaro hit it out the park with his rendition of Orange. Like, just amazing. So yeah, the entire cast, I love them all, dude. They're really fun. But yeah, I think for me, it's just seeing. So, we have Unworthy, we have other fan production groups out there like Lyda Moran, and I've seen a good number of these things over the years, but not many of them really crossed that line into, okay, here are the suits, here's the Sentai footage, here's the human actors from America that we're going to use to recreate the magic. And they go to Saban route. I don't know if I've seen another group really pulled it off outside of like one that did Go Buster years ago. I don't remember the name of it anymore, honestly. But I think you guys did it way better. And you guys have such a powerhouse in terms of like your editing skills and what you bring to the table, because the way the scenes seamlessly run together, I'd be damned if I had walked into this never seeing Tokuser and thought you guys did all of it from ground up.
Yeah.
So, these guys deserve all the love in the world for what they've put off here, because holy crap. It's great.
Well, I sincerely appreciate it. It was 3 years and a very, very lot of fucking work. A lot of work.
Well, hey, your work paid off, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was, characters are fantastic. Pretty much everybody else said the same thing. I'm gonna say, like, everything was fantastic.
Yeah.
So here's my question. I'm gonna fire off 5 questions rapid fire. I want to hear from each of you individually.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite Ranger? Who's your favorite character total? And something like outside the Rangers. What's your favorite moment? That's not Choo Choo Motherfucker. What's your favorite episode? What's your favorite moment from the series? That's not Choo Choo Motherfucker.
All right, Nate, you start us off.
My favorite Ranger would probably be Charlie, because I remember when Riz, Charlie was always pretty cool, and I remember when Riz first introduced me to this, and we kind of did it was a very like last second hastily put together podcast, but I still think it turned out pretty good. Where I just remember watching it, and Charlie was just great. So yeah, and like Riz was saying when we were on live, if Rail Riders was considered part of the actual Power Rangers franchise, he would consider putting Faye and Charlie in top 5 yellows and pinks. Oh. I said I don't know about Faye with pinks, but I would definitely put Charlie in the top 5 yellows.
Hell yeah! I mean that's a strong contest because like you got characters like Summer, Taylor, and Ashley, and Calvin.
Mm-hmm. No.
Calvin.
Justin's pulling our leg.
No.
I just finished watching Ninja Steel like a couple of months ago, so that's still fresh in my mind, unfortunately. But yeah, the favorite character outside, and you don't want to count Rangers in that question, right?
Well, you already answered Rangers, so.
Okay. Yeah, but I would probably say Conductor for my favorite non-Ranger character, because he's just hilarious, and the way he constantly is saying imagination, and he's legitimately like a good mentor character for the characters while also being hilarious, which, believe it or not, is not something that we've seen handled well, I should probably say, because the closest thing we got to a mentor that's supposed to be like a comic relief character as well is and I apologize, Riz, please don't get PTSD from this, but the Elephant Master from Genki Ranger. So
right. Master Fant or whatever it was called in
Master Fant, but Master Fant wasn't meant to be a comedic character in Jungle Fury. But yeah, so Conductor is obviously I have some bias toward Conductor, plus Greta too, because Greta is just adorable.
I still remember when I casted Dale the Conductor. I still remember because I worked with him a couple times before. He's genuinely, and I don't say this because he's my friend because I work with him. I genuinely believe, and a lot of people will agree with this, he's one of the best independent actors in the state of Michigan. So the fact that we got to get him for this was absolutely amazing. And he reached out. He's like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan of Tokusatsu. I would love to try out for this." And I had him on the video call. Todd was sitting in the other room, and he yells out that imagination. I said, "Todd, he's in."
Tired.
Dude, I feel like he said it more often than not on his own, just to say imagination over and over again.
Yeah.
Because he seemed to have a lot of fun saying it.
Now, what was question number 3, Justin, again?
Favorite character, favorite Ranger. Favorite moment that was not choo-choo motherfucker. Favorite episode, and then favorite moment from episode 5, favorite episode from the series, and then favorite episode in total.
Favorite moment from Full Steam Ahead, I would probably say is... aside from the obvious, variation of the "Die Hard" catchphrase.
I knew that was going to be popular. I'm so glad it took off.
Yeah. I'm always a big fan of how you guys handle the unmorph fights when they're fighting the unmorph bros, and I thought this one was particularly good, especially when Charlie and Faye peer out from behind that tree like a Scooby-Doo moment. So
that was completely made up on the spot. Because most of the time when we were doing our choreography, we kind of had to figure out on the day, and I was just sitting there, and I forget what sparked my mind for this. I was sitting there, I was talking with one of our ADs. Her name is Jay. And we were just sitting there, we're having this conversation, and all of a sudden we start kind of going on to this gag, and it starts spinning out of control. And we're like, we're doing this. This is how we're gonna do it. And when I get into sound effects, I'm gonna add big bloody hits. I'm gonna add machine gun fire. I want a chainsaw in there. I want even watching it live, because the whole bit where the crow falls out of the tree, it starts crawling for its life. Because in camera you could still see Jenna Faye on the other side of the tree, and just watching her drag the crow back. I think it was Min who was that crow. Drag her back was absolutely hilarious.
It was.
I mean, the whole Unmore fight in general was pretty cool, but that particular one stands out because of those types of shenanigans. So
yeah,
shenanigans.
Yeah. I'm definitely. It might all. It's not necessarily just recency bias, but I always tend to have. Pardon me. I always tend to have bias toward finales of almost like every Power Ranger season that I watch. So I probably would say Full Steam Ahead. But if I had to guess, it was either, I think it was the third episode that mostly revolves around Marcus and Greta. That was also a very fun episode that I enjoyed. I can't remember the name. I think it was
Roasted Red.
I think
it was Roasted Red based on the hot dog vendor name.
Okay, yeah, but that was also one that stood out to me. So that one I might be willing to call I like better than Full Steam Ahead. But I tend to have finale biases when I watch a lot of tokusatsu shows. So I probably would ultimately have to say Full Steam Ahead.
That's fair. Yeah, I also love how I feel like not as many people caught the whole fact that Marcus is canonically a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and we've been building it up since episode 2. Very in the background. And then we got really hardcore with it in episode 3, where we bring back Ricky's Roasted Reds. But everyone at this point, you got it in your head that in episode 1, everybody thought his name was Ricky. And then at the end of it, okay, no, now his name is Marcus. Episode 2, his name is Marcus. Episode 3, his name is Marcus. You want to go get some Ricky's Roasted Reds? Your brain is disassociated at that point from his actual name. It's been hiding in plain sight.
That's awesome. And favorite moment from the overall series, that's where it gets tough. I mean, aside from, again, the variation of the Die Hard. I'm sorry, we're going to be obsessed with that moment. We might have been mentioning it in a bunch of other podcasts at this point.
You do realize
I'm putting it on a shirt. I already have plans for it.
Honestly, if we ever have Toku Secrets or Anime Secrets as a whole adopt a soundboard for just when we're doing live streams, I might need to borrow Justin's file for that recording.
That's fine.
To get the high res version of Choo Mother Trucker.
I'll send it to you. I don't care.
Sweet. Awesome. Excellent. Because we could use that as a soundboard. It'd be so great. But
I guess, I mean, again, I really like that Hasbro thing that you said, because I'm a sucker for fourth wall jokes for some reason. Those are just things that always get me. And, I always like those kinds of things. That's why Deadpool is one of my favorite things to watch. So
yeah. The Hasbro joke in this episode or the one in episode 2?
That
the one in episode 2 is
now I'm remembering the one in episode 2. I just that slipped my mind for a second, but
we're not Hasbro, we're Bandai.
Yeah.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, I would just like to probably, from just how I watch and, the quality of your show, I would have to probably say that I like most of your Unmore fights, because, the way that you've choreographed them and all that, they're probably the funnest things I always look forward to watching when I was watching these episodes, just with how you guys handle them. So I guess from just kind of thinking when I always look at what did I always enjoy watching when I watch these, I would probably have to say most of the Unmore fights.
I've warmed my heart.
So for me, I'd say Marcus, Faye, and Sarli are my favorite characters in this dang thing.
Just picked half of them. If you had to pick one of them, gun to your head.
Okay, gun to my head. Man, I'm going to go with Faye, literally because of the gun to the head comment. Because I don't know if you remember this, Justin, but in the episode 1 review, I remember going off on a bit of a tangent where I was like, okay, I have to know what the heck is Faye's background, because she's carrying a bunch of money. I was like, you have to explain this at some point. Why is he carrying money? What is he doing? And if you blink, you miss it in episode 5, but I do explain it in a way, in my opinion, because she's Yakuza. She's part of the Japanese Yakuza, so that's why she has a bag of money. She's doing something for Japanese Yakuza.
She's been a part of the mob this entire time,
and nobody knew.
When she's talking about, like, yeah, my ex went missing.
Yeah.
When she's talking about making people go missing.
Yeah.
She's part of the Yakuza.
No, so the reason I liked her more than the others, in my personal view, she had the most intrigue. Like, she had this mystery about her, and I was like, okay, what are you? What are you even all about? What is going on here? And so to get the answer here, I was like, okay, we've come full circle, and we got a great answer. I love it. Fantastic job. 10 out of 10. Faye's amazing. What was the rest of the questions we had? Something about like favorite moment in this episode, aside from Choo Mother Trucker.
Yeah. Besides the Rangers, who's your favorite character?
Yeah.
Oh, Greta. I mean, obviously. See, her moments at Marcus in episode 3. By the way, episode 3 is my favorite episode from the season. Just getting that out there right now. I just, and I know that's the episode you didn't plan. That's the episode you were like, we got time. We'll throw it in there.
No, it wasn't. We had time. Throw it in there. Is we were looking at the script and we're like, this needs a middle. We don't really have a middle. So imagine if it skipped from episode 2 to episode 4.
It wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked. No. And we caught that right before we went to filming.
Yeah, because see, the problem with it is if you had skipped over that, looking back, I think Marcus's relationship with Greta would not make any sense. His excitement,
their relationship wouldn't have existed.
Right. So it wouldn't have mattered. And honestly, part of me when I was watching the film, I was like, is this really accurate for Marcus to be that excited? And I was like, no, it definitely is, because they shared a hot dog together. That's a huge sign of bonding for Marcus. And he's a very simple kind of character, and that's something big for him. So of course he's going to be really excited to see her again.
Yeah. And it was also that, and it didn't help that, he. What also didn't help that, like, he strongly blamed himself for what happened to her, for her doing it, dying, exploding. He in his mind, he's like, okay, so like we had this moment together, we were friends, and then she's immediately ripped away. I could have saved her, but I didn't. Okay, now I'm kind of holding this resentment towards myself, and then I watched her die. All this is because of me, and not only is my friend dead, now Satan is on Earth, and the rest of my other friends are in danger. Like, this is all because of me, and so like seeing her back and come to life is like in his mind is like, okay, everything is now right with the world. I have been redeemed. Like all my misgivings, all my past misplays and all that, they're all made up for now because it all worked out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like, hey, my friend is back, but it's also like, oh my God, my trauma, it's finally gone.
Yeah. So that's my favorite episode. Favorite scene from episode 5 has to be the damn tree beating up the Kuros with chainsaw noise, and me just going like, okay, that's typical Faye doing typical Faye things, because Faye is as crazy as all get out. So yeah, if I'm not going to use Choo Mother Trucker, that'd have to be one of my favorite moments after that. The other one that I would kind of call out is I just love the aesthetics of the special effects when you have the first morph where they go in a circle. There's something about the way you filmed that scene. Fantastic.
That one shot, and I said this to everyone, like when we went to shoot that day, I said, guys, this one shot is going to take us more takes than any shot in the rest of this show. I'm telling you that right now. And I think it ended up taking us, I think it was about 20 takes.
I mean, honestly, I could kind of tell it took a number of takes because, it's not obvious if you're not looking for it, but I do video editing on the side and I can kind of see like, okay, definitely It's a lot of freaking work you put into it.
Yeah, no, it was because I had it on the gimbal, and the problem was like keeping focus the entire time and making sure I didn't go too fast. I had to keep it at just the right speed, make sure everything stayed sharp the entire way, and that was the trickiest part, was making sure everything stayed sharp. Because if it fell out in focus even for like one split second, it was going to be immediately noticeable. And because of how long that take was and how many characters there were, and I was on autofocus the entire time, it was really, really easy for that focus to grab like a tree behind someone and just go completely out of focus.
Yeah.
And it did it like 19 times. And then I think it did like, I think we got 5 usable takes out of 20.
I believe
it was. Yeah, it was a bitch. Oh my god, it was a pain in the ass, but it was so worth it. And I still love the line that Erebus gives right at the end. Just pulls out a sword. Well, guess it's past your morphin time.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. What are the other questions you put out there?
What's your favorite moment through the entire series?
Yeah.
Throughout the entire series. What?
I think that's the only question you have left.
Yeah.
So, favorite moment throughout the entire series, all the fourth wall jokes you made, man. I can't just pick one.
But if you had, give me one or two.
So, episode 2 with the toy comment you made, like, man, we're inside of a toy or something when you're in a Megazord cockpit. I think that's in episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite. And then all the Hasbro tabs you guys made throughout. Just fantastic, especially given the state of Power Rangers today.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents on what I think. I think Anthony vanished to do something, so I don't know if he'll be back to give us his take. But
yeah, I think he said he'd be back. I mean, I guess I'd say mine. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, same 5 questions.
For me, favorite character is Tomas. I know people like, wait, really? Yeah, I like Tomas. He's funny.
Tomas is fantastic, dude. He's hilarious.
Let's see. What's the second question?
Who was your favorite non-Ranger? Like out of the entire rest of the cast?
It's either between General Schwartz or Greta. Well, actually, no. I like Greta more. But Schwartz is a close second.
Yeah.
What are the other ones? What was your favorite episode of the entire series?
Episode 3. Besides episode 5.
Damn, it's so weird. Like everybody's saying episode 3, but like episode 3 is like in terms of views our lowest by a mile.
That is insane.
That's crazy to me.
People just don't appreciate good art. They're stupid.
The problem is that it's very dialogue focused. It's very story heavy. Like that was kind of what it was meant to be. Is a very story heavy. Like, hey, we got an exposition dump somewhere. Let's do it in the middle.
Yeah,
I think that's probably because like some people don't like story focused stuff. They just like all the action and just like I like storytelling too. Like, look, my favorite game of all time, right currently, is Persona 5, and that's like mostly dialogue heavy. You're playing like most of the time you're like playing through the dungeons and all that stuff through most of the game, but most of the game you're just talking or going to school or talking with your friends and doing stuff. I like those type of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even for this series, like part of this is kind of inadvertent, but I noticed that like after we were already done filming, how I kind of accidentally did this, was not planned. But if you really look, like episode 1, you kind of get a little bit of everything. Get a little bit of the story, get a little bit of the action, get a little bit of the comedy, character development, all that. For episode 2, we go all in on the comedy. That episode 2 is meant to be like just straight gags, jokes, and laughs. Just nothing but yucks. Episode 3. Yeah, go ahead.
3. Oh, I was about to ask what number 3 was.
Oh, episode number 3 was what was your favorite moment from the whole show?
You know what's crazy? I know most people won't even like think about this, but the way Schwartz dies,
I love
made me
that.
go just.
I appreciate somebody gets it.
Yeah. It was the ocean moment.
It really was.
It was the moment where everybody sits there and be like, "Oh, this went from being real fun to real fucked up real quick."
Yeah. because I've seen that kind of like thing, especially. Oh my god! Like, I'm not sure if you've watched Kamen Rider X-Aid. Have you ever watched that?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
oh yeah. What is this?
episode?
Laser's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my favorite character, by the way. I love Laser. He's like my favorite character.
Laser's so freaking cool, and his death, man, and how like kind of like it came at such a weird point. Like it didn't come early enough where you're like, yeah, they're like if it came just a little bit earlier, you would be like, oh, so that's what this show's gonna be about. It's gonna be about killing off characters. Yeah. If it came later, you'd be like, okay, it's just an endgame thing. No, it came at just an awkward enough time where you would have never seen it coming.
No. And the whole episode was played for laughs, by the way. Yeah. So it's like, oh, but by the way, spoilers for whoever has not seen X8 or who that character is. But when you watch it, you'll be like, oh, this is nice. And get to the episode, like last few minutes of the episode, you're like, oh, that just happened.
Yeah. That's kind of what we want to do with this. Like I was saying, that with episode 2, we go in on the comedy. Episode 3, we go all in on like the story and the exposition. Episode 4, we went all in on that action. Episode 5, we brought it all back together like we did in episode 1, and we cranked it to 11.
Justin, you get me. I like
that. You see why he's an awesome dude, Anthony?
I see it now. Yeah,
I told you, man. This guy's awesome.
Just because my brain works in fucking weird ways.
It really does.
Hey, same here, man. Same here.
Yeah, Anthony, want to go with the rest of the questions?
What was this? Is it another favorite moment? Well,
no, I think he had a moment. Oh, what was your favorite moment from episode 5? I think was the last one.
Honestly, I liked that moment they were all sitting. I know, like that's the controversial thing with everybody, but them coming together in the dark and then trying to like figure out how to, win the day. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, I love that scene.
Yeah, it's a real hype moment.
Yeah.
So let me to also answer the question myself. My favorite character is Charlie. My favorite moment from episode 5 is actually the one where Erebus is like, hey, we're going up to the surface and we're fucking shit up. Purely because those are my 2 favorite jokes right there. Like Todd and I sit there and we laugh about them constantly, where she's just like, I'm gonna steal the spark of imagination out of every single child. God damn, that's hot. That's my granddaughter. We laugh about it all the time. And then when Stein rolls up and he's just like, I'm tired of hiding it. Just goes straight up full on Nazi with it. We're like, this is what we need. This is gonna be funnier than hell, and I know it's gonna exist blocked on YouTube, but I don't give a fuck.
So I have to know before you continue. I have to know what possessed Todd to say yes, penetrate me. What was that?
Because it was right there, and we're like, after the first scene, we kind of like Todd was kind of like we were kind of like developing the character, because she only has a couple of scenes, and what we kind of figured out, she's just like this really horny old granny. And we're like, we saw him just like throw the sword in there, and that was just like the first words that flew out of his mouth. We're just like, yes, penetrate me, and we're just like, what the fuck? And that's how we do most of our jokes. Is we just watch the footage, and we just the first thing that comes out of our mouth, and if it makes this crack up, we use it.
It gives off those Ghost Story vibes. Like I don't know if you ever seen that double flip stories.
Oh no, I love the Ghost Story stuff. I have never finished it, but it's peak.
I've only seen like I've never seen the show in entirety. I've only seen like the clips of every funny moment in that show.
Yeah. I want to go back and watch the sub and see what that show is actually supposed to be at some point.
I think I've seen a little bit here and there of it, but not too much.
Yeah. But yeah, our favorite moment. It's tired of hiding and seek Kyle. Just going full on like, oh god, we're gonna get blocked on YouTube for this, but it's gonna be funny. Kind of an underrated moment as well that I feel like doesn't get appreciated enough is what was that one line? It came a little bit. Where was it again? I want to say it was like it was in like the epilogue where it was San. Sorry, not San. It was Tomas and the conductor. And Charlie's sitting there. She's just like, I'm gonna help you because this motherfucker, he doesn't believe in workers' rights. And he's like, I treat all my workers like family. Tomas, if you need any help, if you need anything, just say so. Well, actually, shh. We'll talk in private after you've punched out.
Honestly, I thought that was you making more Saban.
No, that was just a joke. Because like when you really get down to it, we kind of leaned into it with that last scene. The conductor's a horrible human being.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolutely awful. He kidnaps people. He got a bunch of children killed. He forced all these people to live on a cramped train for months at a time. He's a bad person.
Yeah.
And at the end, they all sit there and they realize it. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I guess the captain kind of did him a favor.
Yeah. My favorite episode still stands as episode 2. Just because again, like with us, like we're all about like the gags and the comedy. Like that's our favorite thing. Episode 5 is definitely up there. Believe it or not, episode 4 is near the bottom. I think episode 4 is my least favorite.
Wow.
I love all the episodes, but it's one of those episodes where like enough stuff went wrong with it that like from like a behind the scenes thing that I kind of look at that and I'm just like, there's things I see about you more than any other episode that just bother me, and I can't get past it.
To me, episode 4 felt more like it was like a setting up episode for the finale.
Yeah,
right?
It's finale part 1.
Right. So, well, not even finale part 1, because I think finale really began at the beginning of episode 5, but it's the setup for the finale. And it's very common when you see a lot in like Super Sentai where you have like a whole episode or 2 dedicated to just setting up the stakes for the grand finale and our end game arc stuff.
Yeah.
So I definitely get why that'd be like your least favorite from a story point of view as well.
Yeah. My favorite character in general was definitely Countess Braun, again, purely because every line out of her mouth that Todd spat out was gold.
It was.
Give Todd an Emmy.
Yeah. But I'm curious, Countess Braun, do you guys know what that is a reference to?
No.
Eva Braun, Hitler's wife.
Oh, that's very clever. I would love that.
And with all the Nazi jokes he threw at the end, I love it.
That is
you just see it come.
I love how you guys just collectively just clicked.
I shouldn't. I don't know if I should say that's awesome or not, but it's something.
It's very on brand for Zenith.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, favorite episode, favorite character, favorite non-character, favorite moment in episode 5. Yeah, it was. I really still loved the fights in episode 5 as well. Specifically, my favorite moment was the last bit of Charlie and Faye's fight. Specifically, like where Faye's just like punching, and then she bends down. And Charlie does like that back roll and kicks him in the face. That surprisingly didn't take as long as I thought to shoot, but I think visually it was just a badass kick.
No, that definitely worked out really well for y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I do hate is I think we cut like 4.5 scenes out altogether. There was a couple scenes that didn't get filmed, a couple that were corrupted. So like they were supposed to be at like as they were walking away after he's like Charlie's like, let's go home. There's supposed to be one more scene where it was going to be San walking away and Marcus. And we shot this too, but the footage corrupted, so we didn't get to use it. So there's audio of it. And San's walking away, and here comes Marcus. Hey, San, buddy. And he looks at him like, yeah. Like they're about to have this heart-to-heart moment. That speech sucked. And he just walks away. And then here comes Faye, and she's just like, I thought your speech was really nice.
Aww.
I swear to God, if you tell anyone that, I will kill you. And then she just walks away.
That is so fake. That would have worked so good.
And again, we filmed it. It ended up having to get cut for obvious reasons. The other scene that got cut, there was supposed to be another after credit scene. It was going to be Gus, and he's sitting there, and here comes the conductor, and the conductor's just like, so I heard you were excited about finally leaving the train. And Gus just looking like, no. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. That's right. You're coming. There's going to be more. We're doing a crossover. No!
That's awesome.
Oh, that'd be great.
And that's where we're supposed to end off. What was the other one? There's supposed to be one more scene. This is the one that we didn't get to film. Oh, that last scene we didn't film either. We just cut it because it didn't make it. We just didn't feel like it. We did film the other half of Erebus during the whole choo choo motherfucker scene, like that whole like final encounter. We actually did shoot like Erebus live, but it didn't quite cut right having it all live footage. And then I was like, I wonder what happened if I just like drop some. Oh, hold on, this is kind of working. So I ended up mixing it with the Sentai footage instead of doing live actions and just pure live action, and it honestly just looked a lot better. So I just dropped the rest of it and said, screw it.
You did fantastic with that edit on that part.
I was really surprised. So yeah, like he actually had the big the toy of the cannon. He physically had it in his hand when we shot that. Autumn Erebus was standing literally right in front of him when we shot it.
Yeah.
What was the other scene? Oh yeah, there was one more scene. It was when we were on the. It was in the epilogue when we were on the platform with them, and it was originally supposed to be. And we didn't get to film this either because the reasons. So what happened was it was supposed to be Gus, and he looks at Charlie. He's like, "Man, we've been on a lot of crazy adventures, haven't we?" "Yes, we have." "Well, I think we can go on one more crazy adventure." And he gets on one knee, and he pulls out a little box. He starts opening it, and then all of a sudden you just hear, "Mommy!" "What?" And here comes Charlie's freaking family. Her spouse and her children. She's been married with kids this entire time. He's just like, "You're married?" "Yeah."
Wow.
"Why didn't you tell any of us?" "Never came up." But we were supposed to get together. The comment said so." No, no, that wasn't the actual ship. The real ship was blue and pink. And you just see green. You see Gus and San. They're like, "What?" And then they turn around. You see Faye standing there with a whip. The safe word is "help me." San looks at Gus. "Help me." "I'm not into dudes."
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And that's actually also why, if you pay attention, like Charlie's wearing like a little like a rainbow fanny pack, because when I wrote that scene, she actually asked me like, "Hey, can we make Charlie gay? Can we give her a wife? Can we like make her bisexual or something?" I was like, "Sure." So like the whole like Tomas Charlie thing was completely incidental. That was never supposed to be a thing, and it just kind of ended up being a thing because that's just how the performance ended up working. But yeah, Charlie has been canonically. Charlie is married with children.
That's awesome.
That's mind blown right there.
Yeah, so those were the cut scenes.
Sounds like a bunch of sounds like they were totally a blast to shoot, and just kind of sucks that they got corrupted. But hey, I mean, at least you're able to tell us what happened, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm curious what Tomas, Gus, and Charlie would have mentioned about San's speech.
I think they would have just been like, "It was nice, it was fine, it was okay." The only one who was really into it would have been Faye.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which I think would have been absolutely perfect, because who has Faye been bullying this entire season?
Him.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those things, like, she legitimately hated him for the longest time, and then she's like, now he's kind of growing on me now that I'm almost done with him. I guess I'll tie him up and drag him back to Japan with me or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything else we want to add about Full Steam Ahead, guys?
No, I said my piece. All I'll add on is we might have said full steam ahead to Rail Riders, but now it's full steam ahead to Beast Hunters.
Yep. I'm definitely looking forward to it's Jew Odor, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. I mean, they've already released suits and actors and everything under Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one, because Jew Odor isn't fresh on my mind, but it is the most recent Sentai season that I finished watching. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be curious how you adapt that because I really enjoyed Zyuohger when I watched it. So it's going to be cool to see.
I like Zyuohger. It's pretty cool.
I'm especially curious to see how they're going to adapt Misao, Juo the World. Because I know a lot of people, I know the show wants me to be annoyed by him, and I know some people find him annoying. I can't bring myself to be annoyed by him, no matter how much the show is.
Honestly, I legit liked him. Like my second view of watching the show.
Yeah, no, he's my favorite of the Zyuohgers. I will say this: do not expect what you got with Rail Riders in any capacity. Don't expect anything you saw with Zyuohger. We're going. This is Rail Riders was very comedic. Beast Hunters is going to be just a straight fucking drama.
Hey, Nate.
Oh, okay.
Want a spoiler?
Go ahead.
We're talking to the world right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Great. Justin, I'm going to I look forward to seeing that then, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, my suit's downstairs.
Oh.
What? Yo, that is crazy.
Oh, you got the Juo. You got a Juo the World. Too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They're going to be able to do original footage then with that. That is going to be awesome then.
Yeah, no, all the suits are in. The only thing we have left to do, I think, is a couple of the buckles or for the belts. I think that's really it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the photo on their Insta a while back. I was like, oh, look at that. He's going to be the 6 strands instead of red this time.
Yeah, because I mean that was the plan since day one. Is we're bringing back everybody from Paladins to be a different ranger in a different season. So like So Tomas was we sent Barbara over to Rail Riders. Me and Miranda from Paladins are going to Beast Hunters. 2 more people are going to Cosmos, and then 1 more person's going to the following season.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, those who still, for some reason, have not checked out the Zenith Film stuff, what are you doing with your lives? Go out and check out Rail Riders. And when Beast Hunters does eventually come out, you can bet that we will get on that. Riz, Anthony, and I, we will definitely be there to review it the minute it comes out. And we look forward to seeing that. And we have definitely enjoyed taking a look at Rail Riders. And we will see you guys next time when we resume our regular podcast content. But until then, bye for now.